we're not welcome in town, so we left and we slept. And what happened was a double crosser named Thalia left camp in secret to go to town on her own and mimicked the roleplay of a doctor and tried to infiltrate and warn people and talk about stuff. Meanwhile, the rest of the party had to fight for their lives against massive trees of death, which we were successful because I have a magic item that's overpowered. And then after that, we determined that Black Ooze was responsible for the creation of these magical trees, you know. So, and then we heard a loud scream, and we rushed to Shalimar, where we see Mia kind of running into town, which kind of blew the cover of Thalia playing as a doctor, which started a little argument and confrontation, and out of nowhere, the garbage dumpster broke down the walls and engulfed 3 guards people, and then proceeded to head towards town, and we put everything into it to stop it, and we killed it as it destroyed a house. And at that point, once we destroyed dispatched this creature, you know, we got into another argument with some guards about trying to help the town. They want us out, back and forth, and we ended up leaving town, you know, giving them the information they need about the Black Ooze, and then we left the town. And on our way to Gorgle's Hold, we actually saw an old, not a friend, but just I guess a co-worker, another member of the Dogs of War, and unbinded him, you know, and talked to him a bit, and basically saying that he's trying to get us to go to Gorgle's Hold to talk to who's the archer guy again?
Maurice, you talking about?
Maurice, that Maurice potentially wanted to talk with us at Gorgle's Hold, and so we were interested in doing that, and we camped for the night because it's too far away, and we're interrupted by this massive plant that tried to eat us, and we had to power through that. We had a couple big booms from one big boom from Flea and another big one from me. Did most of the work, and we took care of it and rested up and went to Gorgle's Hold, where we were interested in doing. 3 of us went in there and talked to people. Thalia had to stay behind because they didn't want to depart with their shiny swords. And we went up there and talked and signed a contract to kill a very high-ranking member of Dogs of War, you know, and then we went out. Thalia was finishing up her game of chess, and then went up.
Shit, we forgot to do that. Fuck!
And Thalia wasn't finishing her game of chess. She was just standing around.
I won.
Went up to the keep.
5 minutes on the timer. 5 minutes on the timer. Quick chess. Let's go.
Thalia went up to the keep with Mia, where she was offered the same contract and thought it over, negotiated, talked, etc., and said, I refuse to sign. And somebody ended up sheathing a blade, and that's where we ended up.
Oh yeah, it was the asshole that I flicked off.
So anyway, spoiler alert, I won at chess. So yeah, knight to king 4 for the win. So yeah, we'll pick up at that moment. So I'm trying to think.
You really expect a random guard to be able to go up against somebody whose literal signet is a red knight from chess?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Okay. I'll tell you what, we'll let the dice gods decide this. And I'm going to say that because you wear the knight symbol, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. If you roll a 9 or higher on a d20, you won. If you roll below a 9,
Can I add my proficiency bonus?
Sure. Add your proficiency bonus.
Watch me roll it out one. No, that's a 10. That's a 10.
Nice. All right.
Proficiency bonus? Oh no, it's a 9.
It came down to the wire, but with the swiftness and the cunning of a warrior on the battlefield, your knight was able to swing past a rook, overtaking 2 additional pawns that guarded the king, putting a checkmate in with the assistance of a bishop. The guard would kick the fucking shit up and be like, walk away, fuck you, whatever. You cheated, bitch. No, he didn't say that because Thalia would slice his head off. Nevertheless, congratulations, you won the game of chess. Huzzah. Give yourself 1 extra experience point.
Fuck
Need my
yeah.
token added too. I took it off when we were testing polymorph.
It's okay. Right now all you need to do is view for now. So I put up the last map we had. One second. Sorry, I'm being messaged here on the side as well. I apologize. So we went in, discussed the terms, terms of what Maurice was looking for. In particular, Thalia, because Thalia is a little bit, more. I'm not going to say hard-headed. She's more
Passionate.
in tune and passionate with what her morals are and what driving forces make her do what she does. Very stubborn, but righteous at the same token. And as Thalia declines Maurice's advances or propositions to take on this contract, Robert the Wicked, and let me go ahead and zoom on in for the camera, get down further. Sorry, don't move tokens, you're good. As Robert the Wicked marches forward, unsheathing his sword and attempts to move towards Thalia. Robert is about 10 feet away from Thalia. I'm not putting the tokens on because it's irrelevant at this moment, but the unsheathing of the sword is happening. Thalia, Robert is approaching you in a manner that could be conceived as threatening. I will give you a reaction.
You're gonna give me a reaction? I don't get to can I say one more thing?
You can say whatever you want, 100%. I'm just saying, as far as movements goes, I'm gonna give you a reaction because there's a method to my madness.
I'm gonna take one step back and grab the hilt of my sword in its sheath, and I'd be like, if you make an attack against a knight of the Red Lady, there will be consequences.
Those consequences are to be met with sacrifice, I'm sure, as Robert the Wicked in his gruff, rough voice. But it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, as the rest of the guards, other 6 to 7 of them that are in here, begin to unsheath their sword. And as the threat of combat looms over you, and Robert raises his sword up, Maurice says, "Enough!" And Robert stops as you take a guard stance, getting ready to fucking throw down. Clearly this one is not the most sharpest tool in the proverbial shed, but maybe we're not the ones to convince you. Perhaps the idea that I propose to you can be better seen if you speak with your party. Maybe they can convince you and open your eyes to the right thing to do. And under that, and only that reason alone, I'll let you leave here with your life. But this is an offer that lasts 24 hours tops. After that, I can't guarantee your safety or life the next time you come across the Enclave. As Maurice would say, all the soldiers put their swords away and return to their original starting positions. Now, leave my fort. Join up with your friends. Maybe they can talk some sense into you.
I'm gonna release my... You know that part in the Lord of the Rings where Boromir picks up the ring and he's staring at it while they're on the mountains, and Aragorn is trying to... It has to tell him to give the ring back to Frodo.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
they cut to that point where Aragorn's releasing his sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Same thing. And right before I walk out, I'm going to say, an organization who uses the threat of violence to enforce a contract is no good organization. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to start walking out with Mia close behind.
Absolutely. I believe, did Mia go inside with you? Whatever, sure.
Yes, she did. Yeah.
The door closes behind you as you make your way past a few guards that stand in the hallway. They watch you as you retreat down the stairs, taking your time, no real rush. Going downstairs through the original hallway where you remember a battle has ensued and the walls are currently being repaired and the debris is cleaned up, but the chunks of the wall are still missing. But there are Enclave members here. They're kind of still doing their parts. You can tell some of these are like slavies. Not slaves, but workers.
Indentured servants.
Fair
of
enough.
a kind.
100%. Maybe squires, people hired on that can earn the right to become a knight or whatever the situation may be. They look at you as you leave. They don't scorn. They don't, they don't meet you with any kind of ill intentions, although they do lock eyes with you. And they just maintain that eye contact as you continue to walk outside Gorkil's Hold. You are in the courtyard of Gorkil's Hold. You kind of take a moment, take a deep breath in, and Mia would look over to you. Lady Thalia, I don't begin to question your thoughts, and like logic and stuff. I trust you. I truly do. I believe you stand for an ideology that I wish to adopt. I must be honest, though, Lady Thalia, with permission, may I speak freely? With permission, may I speak freely, Lady Thalia?
You may.
Are you sure this is the right choice? I get it, right? They've killed, but so have we. Who's to say what's right and what's wrong? I mean, like I said, I know your judgment comes from a higher purpose and a higher power, and I get it, and I believe it. I truly believe it. I truly do. But what if this Matua guy is as bad as they say? What if this one murder, as you put it, saves thousands? Wouldn't that be a murder worth doing?
Murder in the honor of ritual combat is permitted, but an assassination is out of the question. And an organization that is willing to use violence to force others to sign a contract, binding them by their word, that is unacceptable.
That's how people make a living, isn't it? At the end of the day, we may be, you and I may walk the path of honor and glory, but we still have to eat, do we not?
Living off the land is just as much a part of our natural rights as any other.
I mean, you're right. I suppose my mother was a great cook, made the best roast duck that I would ever have, but her skills did not pass down to me. I could hardly cook a stew.
Then you'll learn.
Will you be able to teach me this, Lady Thalia?
I can.
So this is the way, then. Murder, even if...
This is the way.
Then murder, even if the outcome of this murder is to save lives, thousands of potential lives, we
You're
should
cutting in and out again, Frog, sorry.
Result.
Sorry.
That's not your fault. Check 1 2. Is that better?
Yeah, that's
you
better now.
might hear some background noises, and I apologize. The noise suppression's off now.
Okay.
So, what was I saying? Yeah, so murder in the context of even if it saves thousands and thousands of potential lives, it's still not the right thing to do, and all those other lives would be meant to be. Is that what you're implying?
Though I serve a god of war, there is honor in killing when the opponent can fight for themselves. But there is no honor in killing somebody who is unprepared.
So, if that is the case, Lady Thalia, and please, if I'm overstepping my bounds, I apologize. I don't mean to push. Something just doesn't feel right. So, but if that's the case, could we potentially, or you, extend yourself to a duel, maybe? Would that be honorable?
Yes. And if that's what it comes to, then I will do it. But I will have no hand in the taking of one's life without their knowing.
So what of the rest of the party?
If they choose to pursue that path, then they're as evil as the Enclave.
Perhaps maybe we can convince them of other options. Maybe this honorable death over assassination, as you call it, might be a better option. Do you think they'll listen?
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
I mean, I really do enjoy the company of our new companions, and they've been nice to me, and they've protected me. I feel like I owe them my own life in return as equal payment. I would hate for something as this moral dilemma separate us. I really hope that maybe we can show them the way of the Red Knight and the Red Lady and Helm. Maybe we can, I don't know, show them the way.
If they don't want it, then we cannot force them. But we also don't have to follow them.
But education, right? Why don't we start there?
There's a very, very solid line between evangelization and education.
I see. Lady Thalia, I'll never leave your side. But I truly cherish the bonds and relationships that we've developed over the past couple of days with these people. May I be as bold to ask you a favor?
You may.
Can we try to negotiate with them? Can we try to maintain that relationship no matter how much we would need to grit our teeth or similar?
Do you have a key?
Yes, we can try. Check your DMs, Frog.
Roger that. Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. I can agree to that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can give that a shot, but definitely plan A first.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, cool. So, as this conversation comes to an end and Lady Thalia and Mia start making their way back towards the party, which is currently kind of at the base of Gorka Hole's like little step platform, the rest of you, Soraka, fucking Flynn, wait, this is Flynn today, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Flynn as well as Flea. You see Lady Thalia walking down the steps, clinking and clanking her armor as it comes down. As she takes every step, you could just hear the thick bulk of her armor. Mia in tow. Mia waves at you guys in a very friendly manner. Half smiles.
Flynn is going to wave back and say, "I'll be just a minute, guys," and he's going to head to this little outhouse. It's right over there, super fast, 1 minute.
Okay, you make your way to this outhouse.
We'll look at Soraka, look back at Mia, look back at Soraka in confusion, and then just do like a half-hearted wave.
I hope your experience went better than ours.
I didn't sign, They're hoping that you will be able to change my mind.
And they let you leave.
They did.
Well, then we should leave. No sense somebody else signing their stupid contract.
If I leave, then I pose a danger to all of you for not having signed.
So the knife is still at our throat for us to sign this contract.
Indeed.
Do they have to give us... Do we have to give us their answer before we leave?
24 hours to have an answer.
Well, once Flynn is back, we should leave
My
and
answer in specific.
we should get some privacy and discuss.
As you continue to discuss this, Flynn, I don't know if your outhouse, out of character, I don't know if your outhouse situation is you actually going to the bathroom IRL. So if you're there, tell me. Okay.
All right.
I assumed
That was
correctly.
code for IRL.
He needs to go blow it up again.
Awesome. You guys are level 5, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. We could be level 6.
You could be, but not. But you would continue.
I just negotiated myself out of a big combat. That sounds like an equivalent amount of experience for that combat should be awarded to the party.
You're right.
No, it's not there. We should be level 8.
Unfortunately, you were surrounded
Exactly.
by CRs 0.000001.
Hey, that doesn't matter.
All right, so
So
Experience
let's
is
go back in
experience.
there and fight them then.
well,
I also expect that one experience point you gave me earlier to make me level that much quicker than
actually,
everybody else.
you know what? Because of the chess experience, that'll give you a multiplier of 2. So 1 times 2 would be your experience.
Still 2?
Still 2. Awesome.
Hey, that's twice as much as I was making earlier.
What you're
So I
saying
mean,
is
that's profits.
even a stiff breeze will take them out. Let's go with their guys.
They were malnourished as they just took over Gorkil's hold, and they've been working like fucking dogs.
They saw all the corpses left over from the Bone Devil, and you're like, oh my god, what the fuck happened?
Dude, I can just imagine what that would look like in real life. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so as you guys move further down the steps, away from the immediate guards in that area, in particular the one that lost at chess, who scoffs and just turns away, starts kind of going back up the steps a little bit to his post. The nearest enclave member is at least 60 feet away, well far away to hear any kind of casual conversation.
Before we leave, Soraka's going to stop abruptly at that person and just walk up to him or her, whatever she is, and be like, why do you serve the Enclave?
I've been ordered not to speak to you, but as he looks over both shoulders, well, I was recruited. I never really, I don't know. These guys are paying me, you know. And, I mean, they tell me they do good things. They tell me how, you know, horrible the dogs of war have been for the area. Their atrocities. But honestly, I needed to feed my family, to be honest. I used to play chess in a league in my hometown. And, you know, so it was like the next best thing, you know. Business was slow and, you know, not many chess tournaments around, you know.
So it was money.
Initially, yeah, but, you know, you grow to like these guys, you know. They mean well. I've seen them feed the poor, you know. I've seen them, you know, do some work and assisting with some defenses. I've been ordered once or twice to deliver food, you know. So, yeah, they seem to be all around fellas.
Well,
Why do you ask?
curiosity.
I need convincing.
Well, I mean,
But
let me ask you the question: why would you join a group that's just willing to sacrifice life for financial gain?
I didn't join. I was forced. Serving
I-
the dogs at the time was a convenience rather than a necessity.
getting a lot of background, Frog.
Yeah, that's because of the noise. I'll just start talking louder. Let me put noise pressure back on.
All right.
Let me lower the strength of my noise. Is that better? Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
I had my strength on the noise suppression too high. Awesome. Can you lower that a tad, please? I know it's rough with the air conditioner, buddy. I apologize. Anyway, so why do you join the Dogs of War? I don't get it. You know, I hear these horrible things that they do. You know, and I hear, you know, their leadership is a bunch of ball busters. Why would you work for someone like that? I don't get it.
No one else would accept me. And I haven't really gotten the impression that you've given us from the Enclave, but you have given us more time than any other. And for that I thank you. And she'll reach out her hand and give him 2 silver.
Persuasion.
Mm, 9.
I'd have to keep to my morals, although I understand what you're trying to do. I'm not easily bribed.
This is no bribe. This is simply a thanks.
This was a thanks. We were going to end the conversation here, but you'd rather not feed your family. That's perfectly fine.
No, I make decent money now. It's earned.
Well,
I just don't feel comfortable taking dirty money.
well then at least have my appreciation.
Okay? You'll be on your way. Maurice can get grumpy sometimes.
She'll give a nod and walk away.
Now, as you peel away from that soldier, you're within 60 feet away, roughly, give or take. His back is turned as he continues going up the steps. You are definitely within an earshot of each other, and you're confident you would be speaking in a degree of privacy.
Well, for a lack of better word, fuck.
Fade, are you back yet?
I am back.
Okay, cool. As you exit the outhouse, flailing your hands past your backside, you make your way back to the crew, who just started walking away from one of the Enclave guards here. Soraka holding 2 coins in her hand, excuse me, as she begins to put it away, and says, "Fuck. Continue."
This one's gonna catch up with everybody and be like, "Whew, ready to leave?"
Well, not quite. We have to decide. Well, Thalia has to decide what she wants to do. She hasn't agreed to the contract.
So we can't leave until she does.
Well, we
If
can
we
leave.
if we leave, I will be a danger to the rest of the group.
But at the same time, that might be something I'm willing to do. I'm not about to claim a life based on a contract that I was forced to sign at Blade Point.
It's a big deal, man. It's just a contract. Just sign it.
It's the principle. Assassination is not my way, and neither is being forced into a lawful agreement.
Flynn's gonna look around. Are there any guards in earshot of Flynn?
It's 60, 70 feet.
So no.
Or then Flynn's gonna go, like, "Listen, man, you just sign the contract, right? And then we just go there and we check this guy out. He's a douchebag, you know, just use a little blade on it and end this thing and move on. You know, what's the big deal?"
Big deal is that. Hold on, sorry. Sorry, give me 1 second. I apologize, guys. Frog, I'm just gonna share you the link to it. And I don't have a backstory for it yet, but I've talked to you about this kind of character before, and you said it was a good fit for this.
Silence is golden.
Being forced into signing a contract by violence is wrong, and I will not have any hand in an assassination, which is what we've been asked to do.
Let me tell you what we can actually do for you, right? So we go back to this guy at the Dogs of War, and we tell him, hey, listen, Maurice, the Enclave people, they made us sign this agreement to kill you, right? But we're not going to do that. We're going to use you to kill him, right? But then we go back to Maurice and we tell him that the only way for us to be able to kill this guy is to tell him that we're double crossing you to kill you. And then we set up this event where we can get everybody together in one location, and then we'll just kill everybody. And then this whole thing will be over.
Why is everyone so easy to kill someone without a single motive?
Freedom. You ever been put into a cage?
I'm afraid not, Flea.
Yeah, it sucks.
But at the same time, I have no compulsion to complete this contract if I've seen no wrongdoing from Matua. And at the same time, while abrasive as they are, I have no motivation to slay the Enclave.
I miss Gareth. He could have probably given us information about Matua. Didn't he have his back all covered in blood when we went to the fountain? And he had to meet with him?
I don't think Soraka was there for that.
Looking at Flynn for confirmation on this one.
Yeah, I believe so. Washed in the fountain. Wasn't really
I mean,
a good thing to do.
We did take a look at his back, and it was like whip marks, so I don't know.
So that warrants death.
Well, I'm just saying, shady shit. If he treats his lower ranking soldiers like whipping boys, I don't know.
I mean, everyone has secrets. Wouldn't surprise me if there was something monstrous about the Dogs of War hidden somewhere.
Look, I'm...
Frog, I just gave you a tiny backstory there.
Thank you. Continue.
I'm not so naive that I turn a blind eye to everything that the dogs do. But still,
Well, what do we do then?
Soraka's just gonna look at Thalia.
If you feel like you must complete this contract, then I won't stop you. But I also will not assist you either.
So we leave here. Flynn, Flea.
Right, going back to maybe a cage.
Well, you've been acting frilly now, but at the same time, who is to say the next contract we receive from them won't be under knife point?
Well, I think we're gonna be dead if there's another contract. They're gonna see this as a sign of betrayal.
Well, we should probably give them a wide berth from here on out.
Real talk, guys. If you guys want to carry on this contract, I'm totally cool with Thalia leaving the group and, like, kind of walking away from the table and... No?
It was... So this is completely self-preservation. to sign a contract from Straka's end. Out of
Yeah,
character.
Frog is shaking his head.
Yeah, don't steal the thunder. Let it happen naturally.
I'm just letting him know that we
Yeah,
don't have to
no.
cooperate in this instance.
No, then let the story play.
Okay.
Let the story
Alright,
play.
alright.
Let the
Alright.
dice tell
Like-
the story.
Rob's like,
I
chill.
yeah, I like an organic experience. Just don't.
Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
Let him experience
Alright.
that.
Okay.
Thalia,
Sorry.
I am not bound to a contract where I made it under duress. As much as I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, but actions speak louder than words. And them forcing us to sign a contract speaks louder than the words that I put on their contract. Sure, they say they do good. But all I've seen is hate from them.
Mia would step in at this point and tug on whatever articles of clothing would kind of peek in between the chinks of Thalia's armor, and say, "Lady Thalia, you just said. I thought we were gonna. I thought we were gonna try to work with them."
I don't want to have a hand in this assassination.
Doesn't look like we're doing it.
Well, the contract didn't state assassination. It can be carried out by any means. But at the same time, I'm not honor-bound by this contract. But if we find out that Matua is indeed as evil as they say, and he is the cause for thousands of lives, what would you say then?
Then it is right for him to die, but he should die an honorable death, or be subject to a trial, not this wanton display of vengeance.
I have no objections to that.
Well, if he's a money grubber, he ain't gonna die an honorable death, I can tell you that. He's gonna use anything he can to get rid of us.
All life forms have the right to die honorably.
Okay.
And anybody who robs them of that is a sinner in and of themselves.
Okay, so, what if he's a coward?
If he's a coward, then he'll die a coward's death. But
Alright.
he's waived his right to an honorable death at that point.
Well, I think that's kinda how it's, might play out. So, alright.
So that brings us back to the question, how do we deal with the Enclave? Do we leave and become their enemy? Or do you sign the contract and we play it by ear?
For the safety of the party, I will dismiss myself. And perhaps we can meet in the future.
You're leaving.
I don't want to force this difficult position. You were forced, unfortunately, to sign this contract, and while that means that the contract itself is unenforceable in the sight of gods, that doesn't mean that it won't be enforced by the men who forced you to sign it. But I don't want to endanger the party.
Well, I can't speak for the rest of us, but that is a risk I am willing to take.
I'm not willing to take it.
So that's your decision then.
Yes.
You would start to hear her sniffles from behind Thalia's left shoulder as Mia begins to kind of fight back the welling in her eyes. She stays silent as a result of this, but visibly she's upset.
Good, Mia.
Mia,
Do you stand with Thalia?
Under
think
the
carefully
under the
before
eyes
you speak, child.
under the eyes and the words and the oath that I have taken, as much as I don't want to abandon my friends, the people that I've come to respect and trust, whom I personally feel I owe my life to, I must not break my oath and remain under the tutelage of Lady Thalia. And then she just, at this point, like as she's kind of bleeding out her inner monologue verbally, she begins to lose that battle of fighting back those tears. And although it's not this outcry like it's definitely
Mia?
Yes, Lady Thalia.
If you wish to stay with them, I will release you from my service.
I can't, Thalia. It wouldn't be right, and it would dishonor. It would dishonor Knight Edmund. I could not do that in his name. I think you understand.
I give her a nod.
Well, let's be gone then. Is she just like, she's like passively just avoiding the conflict now at this point as she turns over to the horse and begins to kind of get it ready for departure.
I'm gonna turn to one of the, I'm gonna... We're like 60 feet away from the nearest guard. Right?
Yeah, give or take. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. I suppose this is where we say our goodbyes then.
Well, I suppose we should at least have the visibility of leaving as a party. Are you
I will go to Maurice and tell him that I have formally left the Dogs of War, and I'll go seek out my chapter and see if they have any insight as to what my next move shall be, but I am removing myself from this conflict between the Enclave and the Dogs.
Soraka's gonna look at Flea and Flynn.
I don't think we can change her mind. I think she's made it up.
Are you sure going back to Maurice is a wise idea?
I believe he has enough honor to respect my what's the fucking word?
Integrity?
Sure,
Chivalry?
that works, yeah. He'll respect my integrity on this matter.
Well, I certainly hope so. It has been an honor to work with you, Thalia.
Thalia's gonna reach out her hand to Soraka. This isn't a permanent goodbye. Perhaps we'll see each other again.
I certainly hope not. And before she lets go of the embrace, guidance. You'll feel a little bit warmer inside. Okay.
As Thalia's ovaries get warmer.
Jesus.
Wonderful.
Jesus. All right.
I suppose we'll make our way back to Ashwood. Ashwood?
Ashwood.
It's a heading, at least. Flynn's going to ask Thalia, so where will you go? Or where's
Perhaps-
your first destination from here?
Perhaps I'll go across the sea. I believe there are some people who might be happy to see me over there.
Back from Miladar.
Mirladar, yes.
That's quite a long journey.
It is, but I'm sure some space will be good for me. And after all, I'm trained and more than capable of traveling by myself.
And revered as a saint over there, I hear.
Don't remind me.
I jest, but... Thalia, if you ever need us, if you are ever able to send a message, we'll come.
Thank you. And she's going to walk towards Tilly walk towards Tilly. Just gonna put her hand on her back, and then start walking back up to the keep.
And is Mia staying down here, or are you
Yes,
beckoning Mia?
yes. Mia's going to stay down here and keep tending to Tilly.
Thalia goes up the
Oogie.
steps. Thalia goes up the steps, and goes to the guard that she destroyed in chess. And although you could hear like a murmur, the exact dialogue is not heard by you guys. And the guard seems to escort Thalia back towards Gorkashold. Mia would turn to you guys, and she kind of like, well, I never really thanked you. I will pay you back with my life. Not today, maybe not tomorrow, at some point. But you saved my life in more ways than I could ever repay you. And it is a debt that I will somehow, some way, you wait and see. I will absolutely, I will find you and make us square. That is my commitment, my promise, my oath to you three. She kind of just goes to a knee in some sort of a ritualistic vow-keeping ceremony.
As Flynn would look back at her, it's like, I have a feeling we'll be speaking with each other sooner than you think. And Flynn would then join with Soraka and Flea. It's like, so, where to?
Well, I see it. We have two options right now. We can wait to see if Thalia comes out, or we make our way back to Ashwood, like Soraka said.
I would like to honor Thalia's motions. We should make our own way. And Mia, I certainly look forward to the day where you are able to commit yourself to us, but in the meantime, please honor your commitment to Thalia. She needs you to watch out for her.
Okay. I'm really sorry about this. This is not how this was supposed to go. I'm sorry.
Oh wait, I just realized something. Didn't we leave the asshole back in the woods?
Oh, he'd split while you guys were in the building. He took his leave.
He's not really much of an honor-bound individual.
Yes,
I'm
Jonathan
gonna claim back.
or Joseph Black, I believe his name was.
There's Joseph.
I'm gonna claim back the money he owes me for that damn crossbow.
Oh yeah.
Maybe he'll lose a leg, maybe an arm.
Maybe
Well,
next
Mia,
time you see him, he'll have your crossbow.
Best of luck to you and Thalia.
Thank you. I've never been on a ship for a long extended period of time. I'm kind of nervous and excited. I mean, there's that, I suppose.
Make sure you pick up some smelling salts before you head out.
Smelling salts. I'll keep that in mind. That's.
Are you encouraging Mia into drugs?
It helps with the nausea.
Oh, people get nauseous on a boat. That's odd.
If
it-
you've
is
never
it the
been
water?
on one, something about it. I'm not quite sure what.
Well, yeah, I guess it would make sense to pour it out of Charlotte Lamar. I guess I'm sure they have these smelling salts there. But thank you. She extends that whole wrist handshake.
Yeah. Straka embraces it.
She turns after that handshake to Flynn, excuse me.
Flynn's gonna reach out his hand to shake hers as well.
And then to Flea.
Flea will do the whole clean off his paw or however, his hand with his on his coat and then hold it out.
As she extends to do the handshake of respect, I must be honest, Flea. At first, you frightened me, and I judged you. You may not have manners. You may be a little bit on the smelly side, let's be honest. But I've grown to appreciate you. And I know that when push comes to shove and the party is down, I know that you'll be there to save them, provided you can hit your target.
Ouch. That last one stings, but I get it.
I will never forget you, Flea. Mainly because you're the only rat folk I know. But it was an interesting experience, and I will cherish it.
I wish you all the best, and hopefully we'll come across each other down the road.
Well, apparently I'll be in Miladar if you need me. Dwarves. Dwarves.
Never met any. Well,
Yeah, me
well,
either.
well, I can say I did. I met one on the first mission, but he bounced after that.
I've never had the luxury of speaking to one, so I better start freshening up on my dwarvish, huh? Guess I'll have plenty of time on the ship to do some reading. You know, that's what I'll probably do. Maybe I'll hit the library, get some sort of language book for dwarves. Well, I guess it's goodbye. Be safe. May Helm protect you.
Okay.
And Mia will turn back to finishing up what she was doing, getting the...
I have one quick suggestion for you, Mia.
She's like tightening the saddle, and she turns over to look at you. Yes?
You should master the art of cooking chicken pot pie during your journey. It will come in handy for you.
Chicken pot pie. I've heard of this. I've had chicken stew. Chicken pot pie. It sounds tasty. Perhaps the library has some sort of recipe I could look up. Well, thank you. Thank you, Flynn. I appreciate that. Well, we'll be going now. I'm gonna go wait for Thalia down the street. I hope she gets back safely. It looked really rough in there. And she starts tugging Tugi into as she makes her way down the road away from you. She waves when she hits a distance worth waving at. You three look at each other and think about the road ahead, making your way to Ashwood. to discover things and ask questions and maybe do some investigative work. Who knows? You also are aware that this trip is potentially a few days travel by foot as your main source of travel. Horse, I believe. Do you guys still have a cart with a horse or not?
I thought we
No.
dropped it off.
That's
I'm
right.
pretty sure we
Don't
left.
know if we have a cart, but we have a horse, I believe. If they're only going to take Tugi, that means we have whatever the other one is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we dropped the cart off because it was part of the deal.
No, we had the cart afterwards, I thought.
I believe
We had the
you had the cart when you guys were being attacked by those trees, and I think you banked it basically in the tree line. I don't
Yes,
remember ever
yes,
hearing
we
anything.
did. We did have the cart because we had the cart going to Shilamar the first time.
Okay,
that-
well, it doesn't make any sense that you would leave that in the woods by itself with a horse to die. So I'm just going to retcon it and say you guys brought it along, because that would just make sense.
Yeah.
So you do have a horse and a cart that you're able to utilize for these traveling means. It would raise the time spent. By the way, I did some measurements here, and I'm going to summon you to the main board real quick to show you guys what I am looking at here. So go ahead to Charlotte Thamar on the southwestern side of the map. I have my torchlight on it. Oh, maybe I should send you the table.
Yeah,
first.
we're waiting.
All right, so over here, let me know if you guys can
Yep.
see it.
Yep.
All right, so Ashwood is quite a travel, so I'm going to use your token here, the base of that token, to represent what I'm trying to say. On foot, a normal day's travel is going to be up to 60 feet on this map. On foot, in perfect settings. Anything that I consider difficult terrain is going to be half that. Simple. If you have a horse, that 60 feet daily turns to 90 feet. Simple, easy, peasy, and once again, difficult terrain or impassable terrain will be determined by me depending on how you go. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Any questions? Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. You guys are currently here, and I assume you're taking the road out. Yep, go ahead
Yep.
and measure that bitch out all the way to Ashwood.
So, question.
Yep.
In the I think the normal rules. If you want to push further, it's like con checks like every hour or something like that, and they get harder and harder every hour. Are we doing that or no?
I don't understand the question.
So like
Like if you're trying to go at a faster pace, than like what would be comfortable,
I would
then you
make
do
guys
con checks
saves.
to
Yes.
like do the
100%.
Okay.
So I would say if you're looking to like sprint the whole time, let's say if you're on foot, we'll go from 60 to 90 as if you're doing a horse's travel. I think that sounds fair. And then
Yep.
if you're going to sprint on the horse would be subject to a con save as well for exhaustion. And we'll just say you'll take a negative modifier to movement on the next day or whatever. Whatever, we can work on that as we go. But you'll be able to add, do I add 60 or 30 on top of that, making it 120 or 150? Let's say we'll add an additional 60 to the 90, so 150 movement.
Yep.
Sounds fair?
Yep.
Somebody write that down so I don't forget. Please, thank you.
So, I could hit tab before and see the cities. I can't do that now. Is that?
Are you
for some reason?
zoomed? Are you zoomed in? If you're zoomed out all the way, you won't be able to. But if you
Oh,
zoom
okay. Yeah,
in,
I zoomed in a little bit. Gotcha.
Alright, good. Alright, cool. So, and I just fucking deleted it, so let's do that again, shall we? So, in theory, once again, to reinforce what we're working with here, the trip to Ashwood is approximately 305 feet. Let's just say 300 feet. So, on your horseback, divide that by 9. You're looking at least a 3-day ride, uninterrupted. So.
Well, I'm looking. I think we should take this trip slow and steady on the horse.
I agree. Should we a Tilly pit stop on the way, or do we just camp out every night?
I think Tilly pit stop would probably be wise.
Quick question. Do you still have the contract from when we did the drop off to Charlotte Thamar?
The drop off to Charlotte Dumar.
The weapon run.
Oh,
not the
to
weapon
Tilly.
run. Not the weapon run. The one where we had to escort the lady.
Oh, yes, we do have that.
We need to cash that in.
That's true. What, Ashwood is the closest place to cash that in now.
Maybe we'll get a reward for telling. I don't know if that's a good idea. Telling them about Gorkin's hold.
I think mum is the word. We already sent a messenger.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Tilly then.
Off we go.
Okay, 1 second here while I write some notes down real quick.
Who's good with horses?
I'm good with some animals. I've never drove a cart before.
Flynn?
I mean, I'm not much of a horse person. You know,
But have you ever drove a cart?
of course not. Why would I do that?
Oh, fuck.
Well, no time like the present to learn.
Okay.
How hard can it be?
As not Eustace, damn it! As Flynn assumes the position of the driver in this situation. So, it is a 90-day standard. Because you are admittedly not the savviest in this role, I'm going to have you make an animal handling check. If you roll below a 13, for your first day of learning how to control this and be effective, driver and controlling the horse and the wagon and doing it properly, your first trip, if you fail, would only be 60 feet as opposed to 90 feet for the first day.
Can I also do this just to see?
Oh, can you give me some guidance, maybe?
Oh yeah, you'd have been guidance, but can I also do it just because I'm kind of good with animal handling?
I would say this,
just to see if the horse takes to me.
Well, it's not something that I think is discovered in a 5-minute time frame. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be more of like trial and error. So like the first day he's trying, and then the next day you can try. He got a 13 anyway, so it doesn't really
Gotcha.
matter.
I'm okay with that.
All right. So as the wagon begins to move with your two cohorts trying to be as comfortable as they can in the back. This is not a covered wagon, it's an open wagon. The wagon itself is not huge, maybe, 10 feet long, 10 feet wide, pretty standard shit. Very humbled wagon, not fancy at all. But the wheels squeak and crick and bank and bang all over the ground as you make your way. Not the smoothest ride in the world, but it's doable.
kind of miss Thalia and me already.
Absolutely. As you make your way. And you said you're stopping at Tilly first?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We need a restock. I don't have any rations after today.
Absolutely.
You're not the only one.
Now that we have a daily movement on the map, please keep extra notes on your rations and keep in mind that I'm going to safely assume that you are deducting these rations accordingly, meaning it's just one less thing that I have to remember. So please make sure that we're on top of that, okay? All right, cool. You guys fall short of Tilly a little bit here, but on your route, the day itself, the sun crests across the sky. The sky itself, puffy white clouds, blue background. It's lovely. It's a nice warm fall day. As the day is enjoyable. You shoot the shit, sharing thoughts and feelings about Thalia's departure, and this song is just not really fitting the mood of this. Sweet. As your day comes to on the road, everyone gives me a perception check, please. We'll start there.
A net 20!
A net 3.
A 9.
All right, Flea. I think is the clear winner here. Alright. As Fleet, you look okay. So you have the main road, and then you have an offshoot trail, and there's trails sporadically throughout this. You know what I mean? People, hunters, maybe going off into the trees or what have you. In particular, you see, and literally, it's so in passing, like it just catches your eye. Off the main road, to the north, there seems to be a faint figure in the middle of a trail, which is not something that, throws you off. What throws you off is what you see this figure doing. And it looks as if he's throwing daggers. And once again, this is a decent distance away. You literally just caught a glimpse of this. And you saw for a moment, and it kind of made you do a double take. But as you do your double take, because you're in a moving cart, the brush and what have you is now blocking your line of sight. But you swore you saw someone dangling from a tree by the neck.
Kill the horse. Stop the horse.
Horsey, whoa!
There's a situation ongoing over there. Someone dangling by the neck, and another person throwing daggers at that person.
The hell?
It could be a training dummy. Now, don't get me wrong, but it looks weird.
Quite odd and sinister if it's a human.
Yeah. I couldn't get a good glimpse because we were going through brush and everything about the person dangling. But the other one was definitely throwing daggers at him.
I wish we had Thalia here. We should check this out at the very least. Flynn, can you stow away the horse?
Yeah. I'm gonna get the reins of the horse and tie it off to some type of tree off the road.
Okay.
And I'm gonna catch up with Soraka.
Fleet, give us a scout.
Okay, I'm going to just try and approach as stealthily as I can.
As you make your way, as you make your way closer, so let me, I guess I should try to illustrate here to make sure we're on the same page, okay?
I have a feeling I know what's going on, but I was just playing it as how I was being able to see it.
Gotcha.
The foliage.
So here's what I'd like to do. You know what? Let's do it this way. Please hold. I'm going to summon you to a board real quick. Just to make sure that we understand the setting and the atmosphere. And I guess I should have technically done this before.
I'm 100% sure it's someone practicing throwing knives at a training dummy that's being held up.
So I'm just going to pick a random graphic here just for sake of just, once again, this is purely illustrative purposes here. Fuck it, we'll just use this. So, do you guys see me putting shit on the map?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, if this is the road you're on, once again, I'm sorry for the shoddiness. Look at it from bird's eye. So, you guys are heading west, right? And then you have an offshoot, like a trail. It's not as thick or big as the road that you're on, but it's an offshoot, right? You guys, let's say, are now parking the horse here. And then what he saw, he as in the rat, he saw like right around here of the dude dangling from a tree and throwing daggers. So what you're saying, Flea, is that you wish to move up the road silently this way?
If I can make my way through the brush as quietly as possible or on the road without being seen.
Okay, roll me a stealth.
15.
15. Let me do an honest roll back. Give me 1 second here. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. You make your way. By the way, I don't know why my dice just did some crazy sound effect when I rolled it. That was fucking crazy. I'm gonna have to change that. Anyway, so as you make your way through the brush, you get about 60 feet away, where you can see this person throwing daggers and going up and kind of laughing about it. As you take another step, you hear snap, and he turns his head and looks right at you. He then bolts into the tree line.
Do I see what he was throwing at?
Yeah, looks like a dude dangling from the neck with now a bunch of stab wounds in it.
Oh. Is he still? Do I see that if he's still alive, or is he just? Do I know for?
You're welcome to go up and check.
Even if I go up and try and help him, I can't heal him. I'm gonna quickly draw my crossbow, load it with a bolt, and shoot the rope.
Oh, you're going for a called shot? You better roll me a 19 or better, bro.
Can I steady aim this or no?
I mean, technically, you have all the time to aim as much as you want. Me saying no wouldn't be fair. So, but you're still going to have to roll me a natural 19.
26.
Is that a natural?
No, it's a 26. It's 18 plus.
You know what? You and your bolt hits the rope, but it doesn't cleave it straight through. But the strands go ding. And you start after like 10 seconds or so. You hear kick, 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 and the body falls out of the tree.
Raka!
Coming!
With Raka, and I'll wait for Raka and Flynn before approaching, because I don't know if that guy is still around.
Okay, you wait for Raka and Flynn to approach, and they do so. You're in the tree line, gentlemen, with your ratkin friend, as he begins to tell you what he saw, and he points the direction of where it came from.
How is this guy? Is it alive?
Well, I didn't want to approach just with the other guy, and who could be in the bush. And
Saraki,
plus, I really can't heal.
Saraki, you're going to make your way forward. You're about 30 to 60 feet away in some degree of cover, where the trail is more in the open. The trail itself is maybe 10 foot wide. It's a miracle that Flea even saw what was going on. But, if you wish to approach and get closer to check out the body on the ground, you're more than welcome to do so.
Flynn, cover me.
Gotcha.
Will do.
All right, with your two cohorts holding actions and just covering your ass, you make your way cautiously out of the tree line. You kind of scan the horizon. A body lies 10 feet in front of you. The fall itself is probably 5 feet, 10 feet at the max. You see the body itself is covered in blood. Although it's on its side, it's one leg is kind of twisted backward, not backwards, but it's like, it's a really fucked up shape, you know what I mean? An unnatural resting position, I will say. As the body itself is kind of like, not moving and just kind of pretzeled from the fall, probably.
And I'll just chuck vitals.
Sure. You get absolutely close, up close and personal. As you turn, the back is to you, right? And you can't see this person's face as the body's once again twisted in like a pretzel shape. The first thing you see with your 25 is you don't see the chest cavity moving at all. In fact, the clothes seem to be bleeding through into the back. It looks like this individual was stabbed in the back at some point. You know what I mean? And as you push this person forward, and the rope is still dangling from its neck, or from his neck, His face is just completely fucked up. It looks like he was beaten. It looks like he was tortured. You see the chest has like 25 stab wounds in it. And you see like on his legs and shit where the blood and gravity just kind of bled out onto himself. His toenails are just corroded in, in coagulated blood, probably his own. And it's at that point in time, Soraka, what's your AC?
18.
Please hold. I'm really gonna change that. Soraka, you feel a bang on your shoulder, like your back shoulder, like right over your shoulder blade, where a dagger hits you hard. Unfortunately, it didn't hit you blade side, as the throw itself was probably botched, but bounces off of your back and onto the ground. And then you hear the sounds of feet running. Well, excuse me, a pair of feet running deeper into the tree line.
Yeah, you better run! We should probably leave.
Do we take the body? Do we scavenge the body?
I don't know how much more of them are around here. You can check the body out if you want, but let's not dilly as much as little as possible.
Well, I have a feeling if he was beaten, all those goods are gone, but I'll still give it a quick pat down.
Okay. As you pat the body down, is that what I'm hearing here?
Yep.
Yeah, there's nothing on it. There's absolutely nothing. And in fact, his clothes are completely saturated in blood, for the most part. There's nothing salvageable here.
Well, I was just looking, maybe like there might have been any identification or anything.
Oh, nothing. Yeah, Gonskis.
But-
Yeah.
Alright, after feeling nothing, Flea's just gonna start making the motion of just like heading out immediately.
Perception
Let's go.
checks, please.
17.
8.
16.
For those rolled a 16 or better. Hold on 1 second, please. Thalia,
Yep.
read your fucking DMs, damn it.
You hear a high, effeminate voice screaming for help. Sorry.
So much for that organic experience.
Sorry.
Never mind. I mean, I wouldn't have heard it.
Lynn, did you hear that?
Yeah, what? Someone's yelling for help?
And this voice is very faint to those that have heard it, and it seems to be coming from the direction that Soraka would have heard the feet running off to.
Sounded like almost like a female scream coming from that direction.
Are we walking to what choice do we have? And
Somebody needs our help.
Put on my mage armor.
You put on your mage armor.
I am going to Shadow Blend into the foliage.
Okay, you absolutely do so as well. Soraka, what are you doing?
Following their lead.
Okay, you guys
I don't
dive
have any
into
cool
you
spells
guys
like that.
dive into the woods with great haste as you follow the echoing sounds of disturbance and cries for help. Flynn, you're number 1. Soraka, you're number 2. Flea, you're number 3. Flynn, what's your AC?
It's a 15 right now.
Flynn, you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as a stone seems to have been thrown at you from deep into the hidden areas of the, behind tree trunk and whatnot. And it slams into you, pegs you, as you see this body running forward as well, in the direction of these screams. He seems to be ducking and dodging and hiding and running and kind of weaving in and out of the tree stumps, almost like he knows this area.
All right. Take the hits. Oh, you little runt, and we chase.
As you continue to chase, you come into this location, which seems to have like this cliffside bridge that goes over. It's not even a cliffside. It's more like it's an elevated territory with this bridge, and this person that you're chasing is running under, like through this little crevice, and running towards what looks to be this shack or some sort of small hut, just beyond the distance in your line of sight. As you look past that, you see a creature being dragged on the floor by an arm, who seems to be fighting and kicking and screaming and struggling, trying to break free from a different person that's kind of beyond the one that you are chasing at the moment. To your right, there seems to be like a wooden structure that looks like it's under construction. The trees break away here, making it some sort of like more of a clearing terrain, although very much still tucked away in the woods. It's almost like a hidden grove of sorts that resides here. It looks like someone's trying to build maybe a logging cabin of some sort. But as this person is continuing to run away from you, looking behind, flipping you guys off, what do you want to do?
Sorry.
So
So
going to this cabin?
is the runt heading towards the cabin? I forget.
Yeah. So we'll illustrate again. See, this is where Tabletop Simulator is cool. Give me one. Maybe I could use the ruler tool for this. All right. So bear with me here. So you kind of have. You have this, and then you have this. Sorry, fuck you. I'm doing this on the fly, guys. I am so sorry. You fucker. Anyway, you're passing this way, right? See where I'm going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys are down here. The cabin is kind of like up here. The person that's being dragged is right here. The person you're chasing is right here. The person doing the dragging is right here. And the bridge kind of goes... Well, that didn't work out, did it? Sorry. I'm trying, guys, damn it.
Frog, are we streaming right now?
We are.
Are you sure?
The bridge goes across. Yes, I am sure we're streaming.
Are we on YouTube now?
Yeah, we're on YouTube. We've been for like the past 5 sessions.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Let me grab you that one.
Thank you. Sorry.
It's okay. All right, cool. So, anyway, that's your setting. All right? And you guys are right around... Oh, that's too big. You guys, let's say, are right about here. And then right here is that wooden structure that's being built.
Okay.
Does anybody look like they were the ones yelling for help?
I'm pretty
Feminine
sure.
voice.
I'm pretty sure it was the one getting dragged. I don't know.
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
Oh no, that's all right. I kind of figured what it was. We should help. Ignore the little runt.
Let's go. We're gonna approach this cabin area.
as you continue to push forward, when you reach to about here, past the bridge, you hear the shout, "Now!" Everyone needs to roll me an initiative after we take our 10-minute break, guys. Let's take our 10-minute break. We'll do our initiative and get going here.
12.
I'm going to be proactive here, guys. We're going to roll initiative after the break. I have a lot of information coming at the same time, so forgive me if I'm a little everywhere right now. Like, I'm dealing with my microphone issues. I got the stream telling me that they hear the TV in the background, which I don't know why. Can you guys hear the TV as well?
Yeah.
Lately, yeah.
Like a lot?
It's there, but it's not overpowering.
I'm gonna have to work on something. I need to figure something.
It seems like it's picking it up whenever you talk.
It shouldn't be doing that. I don't know what's going on. All right, whatever. We'll cross the bridge when we get there.
You might need to. You're using NVIDIA Broadcast still, right?
Correct.
You might need to upgrade your or update your graphics card drivers.
Okay. I'll work on that.
Okay.
But nevertheless, guys. All right, cool. So let's take our 10. We'll come back rejuvenated, and I will show you the map that we're going to battle on. All right.
All right. Do we want to say even 850?
Sure. 850 sounds fine.
Alrighty.
Ribbit.
I'll be back.
Flea, are you still here, or did you? Okay.
I'm back.
Welcome. Thanks for sending me that link.
Mm-hmm.
Right, 50 after the hour.
Back.
Well, got me some carrots and ranch to snack on. All right. Wow, that was a lot of running around for me for the past 10 minutes. Funny enough. Okay. Fate. You're the only person I haven't heard yet. You there?
He might be blowing up the toilet.
I haven't heard Soraka either.
Steve talk.
I'm here. I just walked in.
Okay. Just checking. Everybody behave yourselves. My partner is watching at the moment.
Hello, partner.
Certainly not.
I'm gonna name them Anahel.
Who, my partner?
Yeah, Anahel.
Their name is Cassie.
Okay. Hi, Cassie. Welcome to the channel. Nice to have you here. I'm about to kill some people. All right. Flynn, you back yet?
Yep, let's go.
All right. As quick recap, you make your way towards Tilly, looking to stock up on supplies to venture out to Ashwood. On the way, Flea comes across. I will take one, yes. Just to see you. Flea, out of the corner of his eye, spots a very odd action of this individual throwing daggers at a dead body dangling from a tree. Investigating the dead body yields some sort of trickery or tomfoolery as these daggers fly out, banking into you. Rocks are thrown as you chase and pursue this would-be killer through the woods, with the notion that there seems to be another innocent and potential threat. You chase them through the clearing, thank you, opening up to this bridge and cabin deeply set in the tree line here. I will show you the map. Summon you to the board. We will also kill this mosquito that's flying behind us and change the soundtracks. Roll initiative,
Holy
people.
17.
I rolled before. Do you want that roll or a new roll?
Just tell me what it was and they can update it.
15.
Oh, is that what I rolled before? $12.
Right, wow. Beautiful. I will update your shit.
I didn't even see what I rolled, sorry.
That's okay. I had you on the list anyway. You're,
Cool.
yeah. I mean, how could you? Dolly is not there.
Dead.
Lee. Flynn. Soraka. And we're just gonna say Thalia is here in spirits. Okay. Whoops.
Oh, there's Thalia right there.
Yeah, she's there in spirit.
There's no long rest between Gorkill and Hairnet, right?
Was there a long rest?
Yeah,
No.
there wasn't. There wasn't.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, not yet. All right. So, as we were, senors and senoras.
Yeah,
There was a long rest after the plant fight.
yeah, after the
Yeah,
plant
no.
fight.
I equipped a lot of diplomacy spells.
Gotcha.
All right, team. You make your way forward, charging into battle. with the with the idea that you want to help the party or help this innocent bystander, and you hear the shouting of the words "now" as a clear ambush has been set up, and people make their way and put themselves in positions of influence with the intentions to harm and hurt you. Battle is initiated as these brigands, these robbers, these thieves, these murderers turn their attention to you. The first thing that comes to you hear the sounds from above you on the bridge of bowstring pulling back and flying through the air. Soraka, what's your AC?
18.
18. With an 11 to hit, doesn't hit at all and swings past, hitting the dirt at your feet. With a 17, the second arrow also collides with the earth, spitting up a little dirt onto your knee. I need to change that fucking dice. That dice is so loud. Oh my god, I don't even know why it's there, but whatever. Next up is the following. Swordsman D. Will swing around with a long bow in hand, fire at Flynn, excuse me. With a 13 to hit as the arrow flies straight past you. No purchase is made. Flea, you hear these arrows whizzing through the air. It is your turn.
Flea's gonna just like turn, see arrows like slammed into the ground, and he's gonna instinctively know that they came up from the bridge, so he's gonna turn around, looking to his left, and he's gonna shoot at the first one he sees, which is the one on the left.
C or B?
That would be C.
C, okay.
Does a 25 hit?
There's a 25 hit, and sure and fuck does.
Hopefully he just says goodnight. 21?
A 21 damage. Would that be all?
Oh, no. We're going more. So that's 21 plus 13 plus 4. So 38.
Wow. You hear these arrows coming in. Instinctually, you just turn and fire. Boom! You catch this dude square up in the abdomen. Ugh! You hear him kind of wince in pain, doubles forward onto the rope. He's leaning on the rope. He's hurt, but he's still alive. You motherfucker! Would that be your turn?
I am actually going to, if I can, move my character back. And hide in. Is that rock or is that brush? That's rock, isn't it? Try and hide under the bridge, basically.
Okay, you try to break as much line of sight as possible under the bridge. And effectively, yeah, a few people on the bridge, you'll absolutely have that effect. It'll take some dumb trickery to possibly acquire a purchase on you.
I was gonna blow that bridge up.
Soraka, it is your turn.
Okay, so Thalia is the token that was screaming for help.
Yes, Thalia and that individual there, who appears to be, well, screaming for help, being dragged by an arm, forcefully at that, with this person kind of shouting, "Ah, stop fucking fighting!" In fact, as you look, Soraka, what does this Thalia token look like, Caleb?
Where's Soraka here?
At
Oh,
the
I see
foot
you.
of the.
Okay, I
yep.
see you. Okay, so from where you're at, they look very humanoid, but they have like ash gray skin and white hair, it appears. But from your perspective, you can't really get a good look. Very small.
That's Soraka. With that information, this person seems to be in clear distress. Your go.
Yelling at Flea and Flynn. Hold them off! I'll try and rescue her and we'll get out of here! So she will dash and cast a Sanctuary on herself.
Is Sanctuary a bonus? I'm assuming it is, yeah?
It is a bonus action, yes.
Fantastic. And how does that look for the people watching at home?
So as she's like running and she's casting it, the center of her staff just glows with what constellation? There we go. I couldn't think of the word. And then that constellation kind of travels down her staff and all around her body.
Absolutely, you do so. This grayish-colored individual looks in your direction. You're welcome to react as you see fit. Verbally, of course, Caleb, if you wish. If not, we can move on.
Please get them off of me!
Alright. As you say that, the door from this building opens up, and out comes this individual who seems to be doing these hand motions. You know, these kind of weird-looking, arcane-like hand motions. What is easily seen is this ring that seems to glow. And kind of every time the hand moves, it leaves this little magical trail, making almost like she's writing in the air. This incantation. And that's where she ends her turn. Foot Fighter E will. Oh, man. Does she beat the shit out of Holly or Soraka? Does she beat the shit out of Soraka? Does she beat the shit out of Soraka? Yes.
Juicy clothy mage all alone.
Yep. That's exactly it. So, as this warrior, brigadier, thief, bad guy, swordsman comes out with a long sword in hand, and goes to swing at you. Wow. This. Okay, never mind. That was bad. Will absolutely swing. Here we go.
Wisdom save also.
Oh, wisdom save. And what's that wisdom save for now?
Sanctuary.
Will an 8 help me?
No. The creature must choose a new target or lose the attack.
Okay. I choose the creature that's being dragged on the ground. As a 24 will absolutely hit you. Little Miss Gray Thing on the ground. Blame Soraka. As you get smashed onto with the blunt end of a long sword. As you can tell that you may have not been the intended target, but some magical means the sword comes down on you and hits on the blunt side for 6 points of damage.
Ouch.
Dunk! Okay. That takes care of
So
that.
did that look intentional from my panicked perspective?
I mean, at the end of the day, you're panicked, you're being pulled, these guys are coming in to clearly look like they're trying to help you. This guy looks like he went to swing at one and just kind of biffed it, hit you.
Okay.
Archer A will move closer down the roof and fire. Flynn, what's your AC?
15.
Looks like he makes two longbow shots at you.
shield.
The first one absolutely misses. The second one also misses, smashing into your shield, creating that mystical broken glass kind of look as it shatters around. The arrows themselves fall and shatter to the ground. Flynn, you are up.
All right, Flynn is going to move. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do I get a third? Can I make a 30 ball and move it around, or?
Nope.
A 30 ball.
What are you trying to do?
Get as many as I possibly can.
I
We're just gonna hit
that's another-
these 3. I'm just gonna. I know I can get these 3 swordsmans, B, D, and A, and that's what we're gonna go for.
What are you trying to do?
We're going to. We're going to use our ring. The shooting star. We're going to make a ball lightning attack
Yeah.
using 2 charges.
What does that look like as it comes out of your ring?
I sort of like I put my hand down in the palm of my hand and I form like a ball, and the ball like this little purple ball of energy, and then it starts running like zooming around me, and then a second, and then a third, and then a fourth come flying out around me. And then I just kind of throw my hand out in this direction, and it hits in the middle and it just explodes outward.
As these balls fly into the distance, getting ready to cascade and careen into your intended targets, the mage at the door, who's been incanting this whole time as the ring glows brighter and brighter and brighter, extends the hand out as your hand extends out. And this ring, glowing green and purple as well, swirls around. Your balls fly into the air, and as they kind of go down, they start to loop-de-loop, and the mage's ring starts to suck those balls in and absorbs the power of that attack, effectively counterspelling it. However, because of the immense power that this ring just absorbed, it starts to glow and sparkle and crackle to the point that the mage looks at his hand, boom, and the ring shatters, taking with it the mage's hand, as the mage stands now holding a stump, what used to be his hand, taking some severe damage in the process.
Nice. That's the end of my turn.
So while I update the mage's health, make sure you take away those charges as well, sir. Next up is B. Where are you, B? Where are you, B?
He's yep.
Making his
Not,
way.
not me, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Making his way.
Oh, you mean like I see.
Yeah, fighter B.
Sorry.
With a long bow in hand, he looks at Flynn. He looks at Flea. He looks at Flynn and says, "Flynn, I'm gonna hit you if I roll an even number." He rolls an odd number. and
Very,
shoots
very
to Flea.
immersive for the people at home.
As he aims towards Flea. Ooh, with a 23 to hit.
Hits.
Seven points of damage slams into your armor as an arrow shreds through it. Yeah, that'll take care of that. Let's go to A, who is over here, who's also going to slide over and fire a coordinated attack with his cohort at you, Flea. I can't seem to get him to face you for some reason, but whatever. He will shoot at your direction, Flea. Unfortunately, the arrow shatters in the rocky outcropping behind you, missing completely wide. Fighter C, who's currently pulling this gray-skinned creature will see a potential threat and let go of your hand, swinging at Soraka. With a 16 to hit.
Sorry, at me?
Yep.
That does not hit, but I think the wisdom save comes first.
Oh, you're absolutely right. 14?
14 saves it, so it does hit me.
Saves. All right. It does hit you, you said? With a...
No, I have a 18 armor class.
Oh, fantastic. As you block it with your staff in a good show of dexterity. Archer C, who I believe is on the bridge, the one that you shot before, actually, will push himself, squat down, pick up his bow, and notch an arrow.
Actually, it's pronounced knock.
Fair enough. Will hobble off of the bridge and down to the side. We'll try to get the best angle. I'm going to give Flynn +2 to your AC on this attack because the angle's kind of off a little bit, and that's all I got for movement, so I'm giving you some extra AC on this attack. +2 to your AC, sir. What is it?
17.
17. 2 arrows fly in your direction. The first one hits dirt, earth. The second one with a 19 to hit.
Yep, hits.
The arrow flies into your armor for 11 damage. As you hear a thud.
Ow.
The gray-skinned individual on the floor, having been let go, as you lie prone on the ground, it is your turn.
She is going to immediately... She's gonna kind of remain prone and scamper back a little bit. And then, like, in a... Like, while she's, like, trying to back, like, crawl herself on her back, she's gonna, like, reach her hand up, like, to try to cover her face. And, like, doesn't look like she's actually meaning to do it, but all of a sudden this white burst of light is going to come shooting and, like, blow her back even more, and she's gonna, like, scream a little bit. And that is going to be a 21 to hit.
Got it.
With an Eldritch Blast.
Fantastic. That was your captor, the one that was dragging you again?
Yes. And
Absolutely.
5 damage.
Bang! As your Eldritch Blast slams into Fighter C for 5 damage. The shock and awe. Go ahead.
2 beams at 5th level, right? So it should be 2 d10s?
No, you
Why is it
roll.
not
Each
showing up?
beam has its own hit die, by the way.
Yeah, so it only had me roll 1 d10. Oh, I see. So I can add more beams to target different things.
Correct.
Got it. Okay, so understood. Okay, that's fine. And that's her turn. Fan-bloody-tastic.
Taking us back to the top of the round. Archer B, who would shout to Archer C, "Are you alright? Yeah, just kill him!" Will duck over here and follow the ledge, aiming down at Flynn. After seeing this massive cascade of blue shit coming out of your fingertip, he's scared of you. Will fire down twice at you, sir. First one also hitting dirt. For good archers as they are, oh my god, they suck. 2 arrows plunking into the dirt. Flynn, you have like 4 arrows sticking out of dirt. They just they keep on flying all around you. Warrior or Fighter D, excuse me, is up, who's also maintaining his longbow, hops up on some elevated terrain, firing over at Flea. with a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Wow, really? Minimum damage. You take 2 damage as a long bow arrow just kind of grazes past you and literally ricochets off your armor into the wall behind you.
Okay, so quick question, because I
Yes,
had to
sir.
deal with some dog stuff. I took 2 arrows so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Flea, as a result, you feel this arrow ricochet off your armor, not doing much damage at all. You're up.
Flea's gonna look at Flea and is like, I suggest you move back quite a bit if you can.
I'm gonna say Flea's gonna take a step off the rocks that he was on, looks up and is going after Archer C.
Archer C. All right. Which one's Archer C? That's okay. Yep. Yeah. That's
He's
a
dead.
decent
He's
shot.
dead. It's a crit. He's dead.
All right. Well, why don't you explain how that happens? Because I think you're
So
right. He would
Flea
be
is
dead.
just gonna just do a backflip off the rocks, just midair to shoot the crossbow straight up, and it's just going the guy's leaning over the edge, just to take a look, goes straight into his throat and goes straight up into his head, and you just see his body just slowly move, and then it just falls off the cliff.
Absolutely. He falls off with the Wilhelm scream. Actually, 1 second, please. I'm sorry, but I gotta do this, guys. Let me raise that. Awesome. Absolutely. I don't know if you guys heard that as well as I did. Good.
10,
He is
15,
now fucking dead.
20, 25, 30. I'm gonna say that's 35 because I can move diagonal once. And I'm gonna just go into this brush right here. And as a bonus action, I'm going to second wind.
Get it.
+1, so 9 health.
Hey, better than 0, man. Better than 0.
And that'll be the end of my turn. Just gonna focus my character. There we go.
All right. Next up, then, we have Soraka.
Okay, I will.
Reach out and touch me.
Hold on, I need to get a good view here. Where'd you guys go? Are you
He
guys
ran
far?
backwards.
Okay, that won't work.
Sanctuary concentration, or is it permanent?
No, it's not concentration. I just can't attack anybody, and that's what's kind of throwing me here through a loop.
Is that your 30-foot bubble or somebody else's?
That's
Not
mine.
Get rid of it.
I have to use it.
Oh, use it on your turn, damn it.
Destroy it.
Taking pictures here.
Alright, screw it. I will bless our new friend here and myself.
Okay.
And then I will a starry form chalice. And
Okay, what does that
heal. Anytime I heal somebody, I add a 1d8 plus my wisdom, and when I turn into it, I can heal for that amount as well. So the newcomer gets 6 health. So
So,
Dahlia,
about-
Dahlia gets 6 health.
about what
Cool.
they lost.
And you are also blessed. So you can add a 1d4 to your attacks.
Gotcha.
You feel this degree of empowerment, gray-skinned one, as well as a soothing peacefulness.
And we should leave here. And then I'll take 2 opportunity attacks if they want to attack me.
Fucking right they are.
Wisdom saves, though, as well.
Oh boy, they're gonna take that. That's first one's a fail. Second one is a fail with a 12. You have a 14, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you know,
So-
they're just gonna swing at each other. Because
Love it.
Go ahead.
I said I loved it.
Yeah. So the first one swings to 1. Let's just say, without even looking at my results yet, C is swinging to E with a 12, not good enough. And E is swinging to C with a 10. My dice rolls are terrible today. As they basically both swing cartoonishly, clink, and kind of hit each other's swords. And we're like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, I guess you ran like the fucking Roadrunner. You left like this silhouette of dust. And they swing.
I left a constellation of Soraka.
Yeah, dude,
That's
awesome.
my turn.
Awesome. That is your turn. Okay. As this mage begins to still try to fight and cast a spell, what everyone would hear is this loud, destructive sound of broken board, crashing furniture, and the door from within where the mage came from, which is currently closed, blasts open in this spectacular amount of broken timber, as well as shredded shrapnel, wood splinters, to reveal one of the most frightening things any of you have seen to date. It looks a little something like this. This manifestation creature, which looks to be arachnid in nature, it looks to be large and absolutely in charge, terrifying. Right here for those who can't see it.
Oh, okay.
And it does what?
Okay, so it's going to charge forward and just kind of bite the closest guy to it.
Absolutely, as the mage is right in front, not knowing what's happening, the shredded shrapnel splinters over his back. The spell he was getting cast dissipates, turns around to see these 2 mandibles encroaching closer to its head.
I'm guessing a 7 doesn't hit, so that's
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mention the advantage because of the surprise attack.
it. Oh, yeah.
I can't believe your first roll back is a fucking 2.
Try to do net 20 this shit.
Shit.
Well, I got a 14.
Right, with a 14, you absolutely make contact with this cloth-covered nobody. Go ahead and roll your damage, sir.
One second. So it's got 4 damage and needs to make a con save.
There's no need to make a con save because the hand that blew him off only took him down to 1 HP. As your mandibles, how does it kill him?
It will just pure straight into the neck and the head, just punches straight through.
It sears straight through, residing into its neck, destroying bone, muscle, and fibers in there. Not only is the head shattered not clean off the body. It's just been so damaged and emaciated, it's like it's just flesh. The bones are shattered, and the neck just kind of fucking flops around as the body crunches to the floor and rolls down this embankment. Would that be your turn?
Yep, that's all.
Fan-fucking-tastic. 1 second here. Beautiful. Warrior, fighter, bad guy E, who is currently next to Soraka, was fighting Soraka, will pursue Soraka, swinging at his backside, trying to catch him in the back.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save of, finally, a 16, as the longsword smacks at your back with a 22 to hit.
Hits.
So I'm using it one-handed with 8 damage that seems to slide off the back of your armor. Archer A, seeing the destruction below, will attempt. Seeing his friend get completely emaciated by a fucking spider. Oh my god. What's he gonna do? He will take a much higher defensive posture. He will hold an action until he sees a spider. Flynn, you are up.
All right. Flynn's gonna look, notice the mage. Well, I guess that means they can do this, and we're gonna send out a fireball to BDNA.
Bad.
Abso-fucking-lutely. So ABD, I'm gonna roll dex checks.
Yes, please.
In that order. Alright, so I'm just gonna roll. Oh shit, hold on. Okay, dex, here we go. 1. I don't know why the dragon just popped up on my screen. I don't know what D&D Beyond has done that a dragon just popped up on my fucking screen, but it scared the shit out of me.
The dice.
Is it the dice? I rolled an nat 20 on one of them.
Yeah.
And the dragon literally went like on my screen, scared the fuck out of me. Anyway, so even though it was a crit, it's only a dex save. So what's your DC again? It's 16?
15.
15. 2 pass, 1 fail. In that order. So pass, fail. So D fails the worst.
Wow, 38 damage. Whew.
Alright, so give me some math time here. So D is incinerated, since he's the one that failed. He literally completely turns to fucking dust. And then we have A and B. A half of 38 is what, gentlemen? Please help me out here.
19.
Yeah, 19.
19 damage and 19 damage to B as well. As the fireball dissipates after this large, these two, they're smoky, singy. Their hair is fucking completely singed. They're missing eyebrows and shit. They are absolutely scarred and toasted. However, their determination to fucking kill you is just overriding their loss of hair at this current moment. But they look absolutely burnt up and charred. Would that be your turn, Flynn?
We're gonna move 30 feet. And that's the end of my turn.
B and A are both next side by side, so I'll just do both of them together because why the fuck not? They will continue to pursue. Oh, by the way, D is dead.
Blech.
Alright, so these two continue to pursue. You know what? They're gonna dash. This one's gonna dash there, and this one will dash here. Actually, this one will dash right there. As they try to close the gap, do they have bonus actions? They don't have bonus actions, so that's their turn. C is, I believe, dead, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that's the one I killed.
See?
Archer C, yeah. Unless they were
Ar-
talking
my,
about.
my bad. I accidentally killed Fighter C and not Archer C. 1 second. Archer C. Sorry. I'm gonna let this. Okay, cool. Now we're back to normal. So, Fighter C is going to look at this new gray skin. Are you still on the ground?
Yeah.
We'll swing with that advantage on you, trying to just put you out of your misery, having been hit by an Eldritch Blast. Go ahead.
I'm gonna cast Shield.
Shield, you got it.
Oh, I can do it. I can wait until I'm actually hit by the attack.
Okay.
So I'm good.
It looks like what it's 21 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, I'll cast that.
Right. Boom.
Or what is it? Sorry. What is it? Sorry.
21 to hit.
Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. Yep, I'll just take it.
5 points of sword damage slams into your body, leaving a little bit of a cut. Once again, this guy's like, swinging down on you. You know, he's just trying to get rid of you, and that takes care of you. But it is your turn in response.
Okay. In response to getting hit, oh, that's a smite spell. Ugh. Okay. I'm gonna launch another, I'm gonna grab it at the spot where he cut me, and get away! And then as I'm waving my hand out, I get another
And you said he gets blown back.
yeah. Well, no, it doesn't actually. It just
Okay, gotcha. Because there is an Eldritch. Oh, rock on, rock on. All right, cool, man. Would that be your turn?
yeah, that's my turn.
Right. Archer B continues to rain down arrows at Flea and Flynn. He has choice here. So, Flea, odds or evens?
Evens.
Even Stevens, it is an 8, which is an even number. It is going to you, sir, as this arrow shoots twice at you, my man. Shot 1 with a 22 to hit. Shot 2
And it's
with a dice covered up my roll. Dice covered up my roll. Dice, please disappear. Thank you. 13 to hit.
does not hit.
1 arrow flies into your body for 11 points of piercing damage. Fighter D is dead. Flea, as you get hit, you feel compelled to fight back. What do you do, sir?
You said 11 points?
11 points, yep.
Yep. Okay. He's gonna just turn, and he is just going to. I would see him seeing a giant swordsman right in front of him that can just swing at him. He's just gonna steady aim and shoot at it.
At the individual that's on the hillside atop you?
Swordsman B. He's just looking straight at front of
You
him.
will. Oh, that's right. You have combat crossbowmen, so you don't.
Uh-huh.
All right, man. Fucking get it, bro.
25.
25. You rolled an advantage. Why?
Yep,
Steady
because
aim?
I have steady aim.
You beautiful bastard, you. That absolutely hits him. 100%.
10 damage. Because this is at advantage, sneak attack.
Yes, sir.
That's 18. And everybody loves poison for 3. So 21 total.
Absolutely. As this individual who's in the process of getting ready to swing at Flynn, you kind of basically put up your crossbow right to his fucking head. Boom! The bolt at point blank clear through temple to temple as a bloody bolt hits the other side of the rocks, smashes and shatters. This individual falls lifeless in full momentum. Would that be your turn?
That'll be my turn. Blood!
Do something about the archer.
And that was Mr. B, right? Beautiful. Next up is rooftop. No, not rooftop. Excuse me. Next one is Soraka.
Okay. She is going to walk over here, take an opportunity attack if she needs to.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do that.
All right.
Sounds
Wisdom
kosher.
save.
Fuck. Fail.
All right.
I swing at the ground in frustration.
All right, and then she is going to cure wounds herself for 14 points.
It's like Soraka's a heal tank.
And then I'm going to use my starry form to give our new friend some health. 5 points of health back to Thalia, or whoever Thalia is now.
Let's call her Grayskin for now.
Grayskin. Alright, and I'm making my way downtown.
So you walk fast. Got it. Would that be your turn?
That is my turn.
Crazy spider thingy. You're up.
Alright, so what's the closest enemy right now?
Closest enemy, technically, is the one on the roof. Yeah, the one on the roof is by far the closest enemy to you.
Oh, yeah, I'll just climb up onto the roof and then just make them.
Oh, sorry, Matt. There you go.
Yeah, just spider climb straight up and fight him.
As you climb and ascend to the roof, you're a fucking spider, so there's no check there. And out of shock, this individual would take 2 pop shots at you because he held an action. Well, 1 technically, but a disadvantage because you just scared the fucking balls out of him. And he misses as the arrow ricochets off of your heavy carapace. You do your strike.
Dirty 20.
A dirty mother effing 20 to Archer A. Will absolutely pierce into his studded leather.
So that's 10 piercing, and then he's got a EC 11 con save.
11 con save. Okay. That is a nat 1.
Alright. He takes an additional 5 poisoned, and then needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Sorry, there's a couple handful of things here. One
A
sec.
7 wisdom save.
Yeah, okay, then he is frightened of me till the next round. Or till my next round.
Holy shit.
So, okay, okay, hold on. How much damage first was total? So we said 11 and 5?
So, it was 10, and then it was another 2d8, which came out to another 8 poison, so 18 overall. And then he is feared from me till next turn.
And just to verify, the feared condition is he runs away until he can't run away anymore, right? Or
If he was to move, he has to move away from me. And if he attacks me, it's at disadvantage.
So he has the frightened condition or the fear. But there's a difference between the two.
Okay, one sec.
Yeah, please verify.
It's probably frightened where he can't move closer to him.
That's what I'm thinking. But
Yeah,
I just want to verify.
it's frightened. It's frightened.
It's frightened. Okay. So a frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of the fear is within line of sight. That's insane. The creature can't willingly move closer to its source of fear. Okay. That's nuts. And you said just until the end of your next turn or my next turn?
Till my next turn.
Fuck. But that's it. Just the one turn, right? Or is there another save involved?
If I hit him next turn, I can choose to make him do the save again or not.
Wow. That's fucking crazy. Okay. Okay. Awesome.
Red form from the Warlock.
Yeah, man. Rip it the fuck up, man. I'm on board. Would that be your turn as you just sink your poison and like The eyes glaze over, and he's like, ah, 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 as he completely starts to scream at you. Would that be your turn?
Yes, sir.
All right. Spellcaster's dead. Fighter E is over here, who will continue to pursue Soraka, slicing away. I'm suddenly reminded of chickens. Boom. Long sword attack, one-handed. Fucking that one. He fumbles his sword and it hits the ground. He has no movement left to pick. No more movement left to pick it up. So he will use his movement on his next move to pick it up. So that's Mr. E. Archer A, who is in fact the one who's frightened. Out of sheer panic and desperation, it doesn't say that I have to run, so I will take 2 disadvantage longbow attacks at you, Mr. Spiderfuck. First one is, doesn't matter, that's a miss. The second one, again, that was a nat 20, but doesn't matter because I rolled a 12 for my disadvantage.
Those dice seem awesome.
They're free, bro.
Right now?
Or were free, I don't know.
I think they're celebrating the whole D&D movie, to be honest. Because the fat dragon was the dragon from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So a 12 to hit, Matt.
Matt?
Sorry, what's up?
A 12 to hit.
1 sec. 12 does not hit, AC 14.
Beautiful. As once again the heavy carapace just seems to just ricochet these longbows, arrows off of you. That would be its turn. Flynn, you're up.
Right, that's fun. Once hearing Flea talk about this archer, I guess we're going to I can cast a spell with a melee next to me, right?
Yes, but if it's a ranged attack spell, it will be a disadvantage. If it's a touch spell, no, you can absolutely do it without penalty.
Like a fireball's fine though.
Fireball's not a ranged attack; it just happens. So technically, you can do it.
All right, well, we're gonna hit the archer and the swordsman with a fireball.
You know what? The sphere itself would still hit. Okay. Yeah, that's yeah, especially if you cast it there. Okay. Motherfucker. Fireball. Let's do some deck saves. Warrior A or Fighter A. Dex check on the fighter. The 12 does not do it. And Archer B. If I find it, Archer B. Dex save. With a 9 does not save. They both fail. Roll your damage, boy. Wow.
33 damage as a big fireball slams into the mountain and it explodes outward, engulfing it. Engulfs him.
And that was A, right? Oh yeah. A once again get. You know, why don't you flavor it? How does A die?
A gets ready to attack me, and he hears this massive explosion behind him. And as he goes to turn around, flames just take over him as he begins to burn where he stands, and he falls to the ground.
He falls to your feet as his body, charred and singed, smoke up and radiates around you. The individual on top, having received mighty hit, is still standing there as you see him kind of like shaking from the burns, but still intent on trying to kill you. Would that be your turn?
I will move to right here, and then my turn.
You got it, sir. Fighter B is dead. Fighter A is dead. C will continue to strike down upon Grayskinned one with a long sword attack with a 21 to hit. only 5 points of slashing damage slams down onto you, Grayskin One.
Okay.
And that will be his turn. You're dead. Grayskin, you're up. And point of clarity, too. Remember, range attacks at point blank are disadvantaged going forward. I think I may have made that mistake earlier.
Got it. Yeah. I missed that.
No worries.
But we'll make sure we do it from now on.
Use it.
In response to being repeatedly attacked, she's gonna fling up both her hands now. And like with this movement, your favorite spell.
God. What would that be? Let me guess. Spirit Guardians?
Spirit
You
Guardians
son of
are
a
gonna
fucking
start
bitch.
flying around me.
What is that, a wisdom check? I forgot.
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
That's a fail.
Alright. 3d8 radiant damage. 18 radiant damage.
Okay, why don't you flavor this? What does that look like as you fly your hands up?
The Spirit Guardians are going to it's gonna look mostly the same as Anahel, so it's I believe it was just like vaguely like as if there were like forms of wings and angels like slowly coming in and out of focus, and they kind of like buff it and like smack into
That's pimp.
people. Like
100% pimp. As that buffet happens, this person's he's got cuts all over his body, and battered and banged. He's holding his sword. He's still alive, but he's holding his sword and shield like in defensive mode. Would that be your turn?
I'm gonna scream out, "Please leave me alone!" And I'm going to back up another 5 feet again.
Only because of how massive of a hit that was, I'm taking a disadvantage attack of opportunity. Doesn't fucking matter. Nat 1. From the fucking buffet. And he drops his fucking weapon and shield because why the hell not? Yeah, he's fucked. Would that be your turn?
That is my turn.
Beautiful. B is next, who is clearly not thrilled about getting burned to his friend as he relocates back onto the bridge to get a better shot at Flynn and fires down 2 arrows. One for a 17.
I was going to shield the attacks.
Shields, 17 and a 14. Not enough to do it. As both those arrows clink, clink into mystical blast. That would be its turn. Flea, you're up.
Steady aim and shooting at the last crossbowman. Or not crossbowman, but archerman.
You got it, sir. Fire away.
That's a crit.
Fucking shit.
What the hell is going on with Flea?
Wow, dude, he's making up for like 12 games of misses.
Yeah, you're almost a normal character, dude. Keep it up.
You need me to roll, or?
I'm not gonna take this shit no more.
21.
Oh god. Keep it going.
Get a record. Let's go.
14.
Oh my god.
5 poison.
40 points.
Flavor it for me. I want you to explain it all the way to the point of impact on this person.
So, as I see this guy relocate and, like, reach over with his bow to shoot Flynn, he lets the arrows go, and my bolt just I let go of my bolt as well, and he has his bow out still, and my bolt goes right through his bow, shattering it, and goes straight into his chest. And the force of it is just so much, he's, like, gasping for air, hits the back of the rope on the bridge, falls off, landing on the bolt, and the bolt goes through his chest.
You absolutely got it. As he falls to his death.
Twice.
3
Three
times.
times.
As he falls, thud. Dirt kind of billows up over his body. You see his arm kind of crack backwards, and his neck is like spun around from the impact as he bleeds out from his chest. Wowzers, oh wowzers. Would that be your turn?
We got him. We got him, Flynn.
Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
catch my breath.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Oh, my turn there?
All right, Soraka, you are up as this individual who pursues you is just on your fucking heels. Or
As
hooks.
that's happening, and he's like literally landing his sword on every other side of Soraka. Just running, flee, Flynn, a little help!
He will take an attack of opportunity, although it is bare-fisted, because he can.
And
He has
with
bare
the-
fists.
He dropped his sword from the nat 1.
Yep.
He has bare fists. I see what you did there. A 21 will hit. But
Wisdom
it's-
save, though.
Wisdom save.
An 11. He swings at the air. Shucks.
I almost got him. I'll get him next time.
Does Flea or Flynn have taken any damage?
You would notice that Flea does have a bow or an arrow sticking out of him.
Flynn has lost no health yet. No real health. Hit points, anyway.
Okay. She'll throw a
But how's
He-
your emotional health, Flynn?
emotional damage. She's also a psychiatrist. Healing word towards Flea for 9. What is the feat? So 12 life bry
Hey, hey!
plus 7.
You didn't need the extra 7.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Overheal. I
Flynn
got
doesn't.
ultra shields now.
So that's a bonus action, and then I'll give myself resistance. No, I can't. Never mind. I can't do anything. I'm done.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh,
about
I forgot. Caleb, you're blessed, by the way. So you can add 1d4
Right.
to your attacks and saving throws.
Yeah, it hasn't come up, but I appreciate letting me know.
You extend your hand to heal. Or is it this?
Oh, definitely that one.
As a twinkles sound come and heals Flea, and now is your turn. Spider-Man on the rooftop, facing an archer, toe to toe. Well, toe to appendage. What do you do?
I'll go for a bite here again.
Get it, boy.
23.
Yeah, that does that.
He's got 9 piercing coming, and then he's got the DC 11 con save.
So, 12.
He'll take half of 9 poison then.
Oh, of 9. That's a solid 5 right there, senor.
And then he has the wisdom save DC is 12, I believe.
7. That ain't doing it.
He is still frightened of me.
As he continues to cower in dread. Would that be your turn?
Yep, that's it. The Ven's just like the Scarecrow Ven from Batman, that's all it is.
The individual will pick up his sword. And... you know what? No, he's picking up his arrow, bow and arrow, off his back. And he will fire a longbow shot at Flynn.
Go for it. I think I saw a shield effect.
23 to hit.
Nope, that hits.
11 points of damage. fly into your chest. Hits with a thud, almost knocking the wind out of you slightly. And seeing how everyone's been getting dropped over there by some magical dude, he will take, because he's leaving his sword, he will duck behind bushes, trying to take as much full cover as possible. Fucking dude's fear. Will take 2 shots at the Spider-Man at disadvantage. First one's a miss. Second one is a 14 to hit. Is not going to do it either, as 2 more shots get ricocheted off of your heavy carapace. This individual continued to stand
14
like he's what?
A 14 meets.
Oh, never mind. 1 arrow finds a soft spot in your carapace for 10 points of piercing damage. However, his legs, he's telling his legs to run, but his legs are not responding. Flynn, you're up.
Okay, so let's... No, we're just going to step up. And we're going to firebolt the one chasing this unknown person that's not getting off the ground. Sword's been safe.
You got it, sir.
With a 23 to hit.
Yes, sir, it does.
As the firebolt screeches across the battlefield to do 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Grayskin, as you're like, no, leave me alone. Just leave me alone. You, out of the corner of your eye, you see the streaking bolt of fire nail your assailant on the side of his head, doubling him over as it leaves this burn mark and singed hair on the side of his head. He falls dead in front of you. Would that be your turn, Flynn?
That's my turn.
Boom, he's recently dead. Boom, boom, boom. Grayskin, you're next.
She is going to look around and, do I see the confrontation, or do I really know about the confrontation that's going on top of the house here?
I mean, you saw a big giant spider smash through a door and building. I'm gonna just passively be like, yeah, you probably know what's up.
I'm aware something's going on at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid Man style.
Yeah, dude. He comes in. Oh yeah.
Thanks. She's gonna drop her spirit guardians, and I need to make sure I'm taking my spells. There we go. And does the spider I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell what I do in this situation, given I have such little information on things. I don't know. I guess I'll just throw some heals at the spider if he needs it.
Sure. Absolutely. If you have the range for it, make your shit. Hell yeah.
Pretty sure I can hit you from there.
80 feet.
80 feet. Okay, maybe not.
You also, for reference point, right here on my torchlight, there is a dude kind of ducking into the trees, who seems to be trying to hide from the other ones.
Gotcha. Okay. That might be a more effective use of my turn here. Sorry, bear with me a moment. Quick measure here. Perfect. We're gonna Eldritch Blast him. 26 plus a d4.
Yeah, that hits.
9 points of Eldritch Blast damage.
As your Eldritch Blast slams into this guy, knocking him out of his cover and onto his ass briefly as he stands up in complete shock as he looks at you. Will that be your turn?
Yep, that's me.
You got it, sir. You're dead. You're dead. Flea, you're up. As you hear the sound of crashing and like this, almost like a thunder blast kind of sound echoing from the area from which Soraka came.
Bonus action dash. There's 35, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. And he saw where the guy ran, so he's immediately gonna just like put the brakes on and just turn his crossbow and just aim at the guy.
Get it?
And try and get a shot.
Fucking get it. 100%.
23 to hit.
Yeah, buddy.
$11 damage plus 4 poison. 15 damage total.
With Eldritch Blast knocks him on his ass. He stands up and he goes to aim a long bow at Grayskin, and your bolt hits him on his shoulder, spinning him around. Drops his bow on the floor. He's still alive, but he looks really injured as he holds his shoulder and looks over at you. Now he's starting to like wide eye. Not knowing what to do. Would that be your turn?
That will be my turn.
Soraka, you are up. Spider Boy, you're on deck.
Talking on mute, of course. Flynn took some damage there? Question mark?
I'm out 8 hit points.
Okay, I'm not gonna waste it then. I'll move up here and where's Grayskin? There she is.
Yeah, I moved kind of in a weird spot for you. Sorry.
I'll dash
Wasn't
and
thinking about that.
that will end my turn.
Screenshots. That is your turn, as you stated. Spider Boy, you're up.
Alright. I'm just gonna go and bite the dude again.
Fucking get it, dude.
Does a 10 hit?
Does a 10 hit? It absolutely does not hit. Although this individual does seem to be wearing some pretty shoddy leather armor, it is not enough, as the armor itself seems to absorb the vast majority of that shock.
Unfortunately, that's it. He is no longer feared.
He is no longer feared. So it's not something you place. You have to keep on applying that. Okay. That's cool for balance. I like it. I like it. All right. That is your turn. E, the one who took the bolt shot, will pick up his bow and out of desperation take a shot. Caleb, odds or evens?
Odds.
Odds. I rolled a 3. It is going to fire at you, sir.
Yeah.
Longbow attack. That is not going to do a damn thing as I roll a 7 to attack. He's shaking. He's hurt. He's injured. His arm that's holding the bow itself is not, it's injured as a longbow arrow thunks into the tree behind you. It brings us to Spider Boy, who's no longer feared, you said?
Correct.
Oh, boy. Give me an attack of opportunity, Spider Boy. By the way, for the record, that spider model is fucking menacing as all hell.
19.
Yeah.
19 absolutely chunks it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, this is gonna be hilarious because this is gonna proc everything all over.
Yepper. You roll my con save now. Oh, failed on the con save.
Alright, he's got 9 piercing and he
Pass
failed
on
on
the
the
wisdom
con.
save. So.
He's got 14 poison and 9 piercing.
23 damage. Boom.
And it's a DC 14 for that wisdom.
Yep, I rolled a 16 for the wisdom check. So your mandibles crunch on his shoulder as he tries to run away. He's kind of pulling his arm back. Off me! And as he pulls away, he loses his footing and starts to roll off of the roof and onto the ground below. And he's just going to fly there for a moment to simulate him falling off of the house. And that would be its turn. Flynn, you're up.
Flynn's gonna jump right on into view of this guy, and we're going to Toll the Dead, Swordsman.
A wisdom save. This might do it for him. 13. Oh, nope. Sorry, hold on. Oh, yeah, no, that was right. 13 save.
All right, that failed.
Failed.
2d12, so he takes 12 points of damage.
How does he die?
No one can see anything, but all of a sudden this guy just puts his hands on his head and he goes to his knee. He starts screaming and screaming and screaming, and then his head explodes.
Fucking scanners. As his head opens up like a cracked egg, blows up. Sure thing. He's fucking Dunskies. Gory.
And I'll move 8 more feet, and that's the end of my turn.
Takes us to Grayskin.
Flynn, I hope you saved something for that. She points up to the giant spider on the roof.
I got 1 trick left.
Caleb, you're up.
I don't think it's going to be too big of a detriment if I try to, like, hide myself behind these rocks here. If you get what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, please repeat.
Is it so Gareth is a spider, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I don't think it's going to be too big of a detriment if since I feel like combat's kind of winding down a little bit, if I like hide here because I don't know anybody yet and it doesn't. Yeah. You are muted.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
There you go.
I want to make sure. But yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. You duck down, and obviously, as timid as you are, you don't know what the fuck is up.
Okay. And that'll be it. That's me.
All right. Flea and Soraka. Technically,
Yes.
you're both next. I'm assuming you're not in range to do any kind of full-on attacking, but the spider is above you, so we can kind of suspend the turn by turn. We'll keep the turn by turn, but technically, Flea and Soraka, you're both up now.
She'll put her back against the tree and looking over at the gray screen. Are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm all right for right now.
How do we deal with that thing?
Is it friendly?
Thought it was with you.
Shake my head.
Flea, up here.
Right? It's not actually with me.
20, 25,
I
30.
want to clarify before I fuck something up here.
35, bonus action dash. 25, 30, 35. And I'll hold action.
Absolutely. As you hold your action, that takes us to Spider Boy. The body in front of you rolled down off of the edge of that home and into the brush behind. What do you want to do?
I'll just jump down on top of it and just do a bite.
And
Straight following it.
I'm going to do it this way for sake of not having any more room on the board and for purposes. Everyone else would hear the following. Please hold. Everyone else would hear the following. As you see this massive spider go out of line of sight, disappears behind this log cabin shack kind of situation going on here. You would hear the most blood-curdling scream followed by the loudest crunch you ever heard from this distance, as it sounds like bone turning to powder. And that's going to end combat at this time. Let me change the soundtrack real quick.
Flashbacks to the way fucking Amicia died.
I do have a slight question here.
Yes, what's up?
So the maximum the piercing damage could do is 12, or not even 12, 11. If his health is still more than 11, the poison damage would just reduce his hit points to 1 and paralyze him for an hour.
Ooh, interrogation time.
That's great. In this case here, definitely gets crunched and killed because no interrogation.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay. I just wanted clarification.
It's all good. I appreciate it. However, I do need to take a quick 5. I know this is off the cuff. It needs to happen though. Sorry guys, I need like 5 minutes. All right.
All good.
All good.
I apologize. It'll literally be 5 minutes, so I'll be right back.
I killed a guy.
I ate a person.
It's gonna be some weird poops tomorrow.
So be it.
Had no idea Gareth was coming back this session either.
I know, right? It was amazing. As soon as I heard commotion, I was like, who's coming in? And then I heard the Discord ding, and I had to look right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm
Fucking
coming back.
Kool-Aid man out here.
You guys were so ready for my character that you didn't even realize, you didn't even stop to think that a new character would be introduced.
I mean, I was hoping that somebody else was joining us in the fort, and then Thalia's like, "Nah, peace, bitches."
I'm thinking, Thalia's just gonna go grind for a little bit, killing boars in the forest.
It's alright, there's a way to go. It was a, I think, accurate characterization of her.
Yeah. Plus, I was thinking about this character that I'm playing today all day. I was like, okay, this is like an excellent character concept.
So
At least in my mind. So I'm
you a
hoping
drow?
that it works out really well.
Yeah, are you a drow?
I don't know.
You are a drow.
I don't know.
You are a drow. As soon as I heard grayskin, I was like, yeah, I kind of know where this is going. Not denied.
Don't judge by skin tone.
I ain't gonna judge. I'm a freaking rat.
The fact if your character's a drow and then getting introduced, and then my character is wild shaped as a giant spider without any
I know,
communication.
Unfortunately, I am not a drow. Though that would be an excellent fucking coincidence if that had been the case.
That would have been
so fucking tasty.
Great.
It would have been so tasty. Could just bond over our shared spider affinity.
Exactly.
Just geeking out about spider things. It's like, oh my god, did you hear the Lord of Lolth today?
or there's the whole fact like, oh yeah, my mother was a strider. Oh Lord.
Good to have you back, Matt.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
Yeah, buddy. Been a long time.
Been a while.
I'm truly sorry for that delay, folks. I apologize. I am back.
It's all good, man.
All right.
Ain't no thing.
Now, Matt. You still there, Matt?
Yep.
Okay, Matt. We're gonna lead this next scene with you. Thank you, so much. Here's what's going to happen. After the crunch and the screams and all that bullshit is going on, how do you wish to enter the screen? There is a hole in the place that you originally had entered through. You're welcome to enter however you see fit.
I'm just
Read
gonna walk
read between the lines.
Yeah, I was going to walk through the doorway in the humanoid form.
Okay. 1 second while I generate that token. Everyone else. The door, as splintered and battered and broken as it is, still has some degree of structure to it. As is like one piece of door on a hinge, and he kind of pushes it open as he walks through. As he walks through, all of you would throw your eyes up towards him. Matthew, what do they see?
They see what looks to be like an old-ass geezer, though as he gets closer, one of the big defining things they'll notice is his eyes have like a red glow to them. Other than that, he looks to be pretty much normal, just an old geezer with a beard.
Oh, look and lock eyes with this old geezer, as Matt has put it. I mean, there it is, guys. There's really not much more to explain. What do you guys want to do? As you guys look up at this old geezer.
Are you with the bandits?
What'd you say? Sorry.
Are you with the bandits?
He just kind of looks behind him and he's like, and we'll kind of go, it's like, I mean, for a short time.
What's that supposed to mean?
That means that I was with them for during the fight, nothing more.
Where's the giant spider? I hate spiders.
There's a spider over there. If you're not with the bandits, there's a giant spider. Come this way.
He'll just kind of walk up, and as he kind of gets closer to Soraka, he just kind of looks at her dead in the eyes and goes, "That was me." As she can kind of clearly see the glowing red eyes that were similar to the spider's red color.
What?
I said that was me.
How? What are you talking about?
Have you never met a druid?
I have. I'm one. I've never turned into a spider like that before.
That's where things get a little kooky with having a pact with a demon. But that's a story for another time.
The one thing that strikes you all, in particular, the non-newbies, so Grayskin excluded in this situation, the one thing that does stand out, at least initially, is that this old geezer, underneath, like, I'm not gonna say underneath what he's wearing, but there would be kind of some remnants on his person as if it's been ripped off or something like that, or has been torn or altered, is like 23% of what used to be a red tabard.
So you're with the Enclave.
Let's say was. They're a bit too fanatical for my taste. And if a contract in my head is going to be put out for deserting, I might as well try to make friends while doing it.
And you? Pointing at Grayskin. Are you with the Enclave?
I have no idea who they are.
Speaking about who they are, who are you?
Yeah, what are you?
As they are now closer to you, Grayskin, and can definitely gaze over your exact physical features, what do they see?
You're going to notice two what look to be two how do you describe that? You see what look to be the base of two horns coming out of the forehead. However, it appears that they've been cleaved off, leaving them like completely clean breaks off of them. Skin is gray, and you see white eyes with healthy white flowing hair. She's very small and appears to be quite emaciated. Probably doesn't get much to eat. She also appears to be very young. Soraka, you definitely are able to recognize another tiefling. However, this one appears to be extremely mistreated.
Upon seeing the two horns, she's definitely going to take her cloak and put it over her head. Kind of like covering the view of her singular horn.
Are you okay?
I'm all right.
How I think we need to sit down and talk. How did you both get here?
I just followed you.
You followed us.
So, Gareth, you weren't a part of like this group specifically?
I think,
No, I was not. I was
Okay,
with them was quite
gotcha.
literally I was literally here with them when the fight broke out.
eating
Got
them.
it. Okay. Got it. Okay.
I followed you guys from Gorgon's Hold.
Why did you do that?
As I said, if I'm going to have a contract put out for my head for desertion, I might as well leave with the group that they already don't like. As they are quite fanatical, which I don't necessarily have an issue with, but when you're a new recruit or just an outsider, it tends to be pretty easy to get in the viewpoint of bad with fanatics, as they tend to see things in black and white with no gray in between.
I don't like the way you say gray.
You'll just kind of glance.
What do you mean
over-
gray?
You'll just kind of glance over. It's like, well, you already
She didn't
said it.
actually say that. I'm sorry. I just had to make the joke.
This is certainly a lot to take in. We should certainly find some food for this one. Flynn, what do you think?
Loot and scoop. Talk about this on the road. Tilly should be maybe a few hours. We can push through.
Gavin's the body, see what we can find. I need a new sword anyway, so I might take a long sword.
That's true. We're not too far from Tilly. We can talk more in the wagon. Let's see what supplies we can get salvaged from here.
Shit, take all their weapons, we can sell them.
Flynn's gonna,
Money.
Flynn's gonna walk up to where the mage was and kind of pick up some of the shattered elements of the ring and just kind of rummage around in his hand. He's like, what a waste. And he's gonna cast it aside as he searches the body of the mage.
Absolutely. The ring itself that was on the mage is now basically shattered and took his hand with it. There's still like particles of it, like maybe a little bit of shrapnel gold here and there. Very, very rare to find because of the explosion was quite massive. Chunks of hand, in locations of rings. Why don't you go ahead and, you know what, as a welcome back to Matt. Matt, do me a favor. Roll me a d10 4 times.
Alright, I got 9, 10, 6, and a 2.
9, 10, 6, and a 2.
10, 6, 2.
So here, I'm going to mess with that again in a second here. So, in the loot channel, let's see what you guys get. As soon as I find our channel. For loot, so a 9 was this. What were the rest of those numbers?
10,
10,
6, and a 2.
here.
Pretty sure.
Boom, a 6.
It is the most sinister Hero Forge character I've ever seen before.
2. Out of everything, you would also find these holds.
Flynn, page from a spell book.
Oh, sweet.
That's what I'm looking for right now. Give me 1 minute, please.
Not gonna lie. I was actually hitting people today, and I'm proud.
You should be. I mean, your patience has finally paid off. Give me 1 second, sirs. I apologize. To get back to you. Oh, there we are. Sorry. You know, this is kind of embarrassing because I feel like I should already have this written out for us. I apologize.
You're fine, Frog. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so you see a page ripped out from a spell book, basically. Essentially, we're going to treat it as a scroll. And the scroll itself will be, fuck it, whatever this is. I'm just picking one randomly. I'm pretty sure you're going to arcane read it anyway.
Fart cloud. Excellent.
Yeah, essentially. All right, guys. So there is that. That is all that you find in this general area, outside of what they already had on them. Long bows, long arrows, and swords. You could find the long sword if you're really interested.
This is... Sorry, is this loot randomly generated?
It sure is.
Okay, I'm not going to ask about the invitation then.
I mean, you can if you wish. That's fine.
No, you're good. You're good.
I don't mind, but go ahead.
You're good. Go ahead.
Okay. So, as you guys kind of loot and scoot, I'm not sure if Grayskin has said her name yet. I must have missed that part if you did.
Not yet, no.
But I don't know if you partake in looting these bodies. So I'm not sure if you do, but if you don't, I see you as kind of just watching everything. I'm not sure if the old geezer is interested in looting.
Just gonna ask, how many long swords, long bows, arrows, and quiver?
Let's say 4 long bows that are usable, Let's say all those swords are usable. So let's say 5 long swords. And then you said the quivers they have the longbow arrows. So these arrows are longer than the average arrow. They're designed strictly for longbows. But let's say 5 quivers. No, 5, 6, 7, 7 quivers.
7 quivers, and I'm guessing, just gonna guess me, like 60 arrows.
Sure, sounds fine.
Any armor we can snag off them? I'm
They're
planning
all
to sell this shit.
studded leathers, most of which have been burned, banged up, or broken too. I'll tell you what. Why don't you roll me a d4?
3.
2 of them could probably be resold.
All right, thank you.
For your own tracking purposes, they're studded leathers of common quality.
Gotcha. I will be taking a longsword, so I'll edit that.
No problem. All right, guys.
4 longswords.
As you bring it all together, you guys getting closer. You, Grayskin, and Old Geezer, hear the team talk about Tilly and restocking. They share all a very common symbology. And they appear to, in particular, I forgot, Soraka, do you wear your tabard or no?
Yeah, she wears her tabard.
You see a blue tabard with white sapling on it. A silhouette, but in white. Of this budding seed. Old Geezer, you immediately recognize what the fuck that is. You know damn well this is a Dogs of War emblem. I'm not sure to the knowledge of what Grayskin knows about that, but if you don't know, I feel as if you would be curious enough to ask.
I think that she wouldn't be curious enough to ask. She'd be quiet, and she doesn't actually notice that it's anything to... It's just clothing. For all she knows, it could just be a design that Soraka likes.
Okay, fair enough.
She is so displaced from this conflict, she has no idea what this is. She lived a very sheltered life.
Okay. Fair enough. Then as they suggest to you to go with them to Tilly, what is your response?
I'm not really sure I want to go to a big town at all.
Well, it's not really a big town. I mean, it's a lot of farmlands.
I guess I don't... There's a lot of people. I'm not really big on a lot of people.
Yeah, they do receive tieflings really well. I was there, and there is a person that could help us out and remove us from the more populated areas. His name's Cody. He's a bit much, but it's just one person.
What is a tiefling?
Oh, it's what you and I are.
I'm accursed. I'm not... I don't... I'm just me.
Well said. But that is how others see us.
Well, if they're nice, I suppose I could give it a try. Am I talking too low?
No, you're
No, we
perfectly
can hear you.
fine.
Okay,
Keep it
okay.
up. You're doing
Cool.
great.
I'm sure we'll be in good hands, especially if the Holy Empire is still there. We'll be safe.
I don't like religious people either.
Well, they're more protectors than religious people.
If you say so.
Well, Mr. Enclave, are you coming with us?
That was the plan, at least, and the name's Bellix.
Well, Mr. Bellix, we will be keeping an eye on you.
Say that again, sorry.
Mr. Bellix, we will be keeping an eye on you.
Doesn't bother me.
As you make your way away from this location, towards the wagon and horse, ahead of you, not too far away, or the town of Tilly awaits. You are at your maximum travel speed at this point, as a couple of hours pass by in this travel since this meeting, getting to know each other. You feel the horses become sluggish and slow. The sun is at this tail end of light in the sky. Once again, you feel as if you're just another hour or two away from your target destination. At this point, you run the risk, gentlemen. If you want to continue to Tilly, you can. I will make you run a con station save. I'll make you roll a con save for exhaustion if you wish to continue forward and push past your travel limit. Or you can choose to make camp here with your colleagues. What do you choose, Tim?
Flint, I think we should push through. Do you think the horses could take it?
Well, one way to find out. Keep going, horse! Yeah! What's the con save?
Let's go at 10 for now, please. I'm rolling a con save for the horses.
The Raka is exhausted.
Lee is exhausted.
Horse is not exhausted.
Oof.
I sure am.
Flynn's perfectly fine.
True to form. Yeah! And you make your way to the silhouetted skyline of Tilly. As you make your way into Tilly, the camp that featured where the military was, the Holy Empire, the walls are there, minus the big hole in the wall from before. But as you pass by that area, you look to your right shoulder, you see no soldiers present in the tented area. You make your way into the town and kind of go under that stone archway that was smashed in by that giant Baylor and mountain fucking crazy statue thing. The town itself looks relatively, I don't want to call it deserted, let's just say depopulated. And as you make your way to Cody's establishment, which you remember, that location, that safe place, you'll see the curtains kind of close as you approach to the store. The door opens up. You see Cody kind of walking out. Cody Orangefeather, I believe his name was.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Welcome back.
Hey, Cody.
Well, hold on. Before you say hey, Cody. Hi. Welcome back. As he doesn't look too pleased. And he seems to have much to say. And unfortunately, guys, that's the only content I have for you today, because I didn't anticipate you guys going to fucking Tilly. So, as we curtain close there, guys, because I don't want to give you half-ass shit, I want to think this out. We'll curtain close there. Hella intro. Welcome back, Matt. I can't wait to roll more with you.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, man.
And hopefully that 2 wasn't an omen.
No, dude, we're fucking stoked. Hopefully it was a surprise to everyone else. I don't know if anyone actually saw that coming. But yeah, dude, welcome back. We're gonna be fucking stoked. Stoked to have you back, Chief. So that's that. And welcome, Grayskin unnamed person. Which, yeah, well, we'll get named sometime, I'm sure.
Yep, eventually. As soon as somebody warrants an ask.
All right, nobody asked.
Well,
But he cares about little old Grayskin.
we kind of pushed through the carriage ride.
Absolutely. Nevertheless, guys, it looks like I need to have a conversation with Asher, so I'm going to pull him aside. Yeah, guys, please update your name tags in Discord. If you could, with your more up-to-date names and character names. You could do it like Dahlia has it, like, this/that, or maybe even parentheses like Matt/Bollocks, or whatever the fuck, Bollocks, Balak,
Ballsacks.
Ballsacks. You know what I mean? Something that, we could all reference. So I'm cool with that. Also, side note, spring cleaning, your profiles for this Discord, I don't know if you're able to, but maybe like a picture profile of your character if you're not going to show your camera, you know what I mean? Which is fine. It'll be kind of cool, to kind of flavor it up. Not mandatory, but just a suggestion.
Sounds good. I could do that at the very least while I work on the whole camera situation.
No worries. Yeah, guys, that's all I got. So, yeah, man. Any questions, comments, or concerns before we get going?